Boom, I'm back, everybody. That's a great way to come back to your death. I literally sat down. Boom, my person died. You tried to warn me in the chat. I did see it in the chat. I was reading through the chat there. You guys did try to warn me. That was like perfect timing. Absolute perfect timing. I sat down. Boom, dead. Oh, dead Kim. Oh, he's got a label on it now over there. All right, awesome. Let me go ahead and jump over to my community channel and say hello to everybody. Good evening, everybody. How you doing?
Hi.
We're having fun over here building our giant compound. It's going to be like a cement biome. All right, everybody.
There shortly, just gonna raid what I can.
All right. Let's go check it out. Now, right here, of course, we've got our bunker we started with, which has all our stuff in it right now. You see we've got all these bikes outside here as well. Kind of parked around here. And Anon's been in here kind of expanding it out a bit, doing some embellishments on the front of it. Very nice. We've added some forges. We've added some different workbenches. I might be noticing, why do we have colored workbenches? And why do we have some colored forges? That's because we're playing the War of the Walkers mod. Really fun mod, by the way. You also have HD stuff, like you might have an HD auger in this case, or an HD chainsaw, which does more damage, can cut through stuff faster, so on and so forth. Very, very cool. Very, very cool addition to it. And, of course, a whole bunch of new stuff that you can also craft up here. A crazy ton of stuff, actually. So you can just do a massive amount of stuff. You have different science, different food, and that kind of stuff in this particular mod that you can do based on which workbench you go to, based on which forge you use, is what you can make. You can make patterns, you can make augers, you can make all that stuff using this mod, which is a lot of fun. Now, again, our next Horde Night... Actually, let me fix the Horde Nights. Our next Horde Night is after day 141, so we need to go in and we need to fix that. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get back to what we're doing. Let's see. We're looking for Horde Nights. Let's get them up over here. Now, I have a little spreadsheet over here that helps me out with Horde Nights. Might as well let it do the math because it's a computer and that's what it does. Instead of me doing the math. Now, the next Horde Night is really easy. Of course, 147. But I like to put them all in like a sequence. If I make a mistake, let me know, by the way, for you math whizzes there. 161 and 168. I don't think we can get another one in there. Let's try it anyway. 175. There we go. Oh, we could. Snuck it in there. There we go. So that tells us when our next Horde Nights are. Right there. 147, 154. 161 and 168 and 175. Now, when it gets to these numbers, these are pretty easy because 147 is easy. You add 7 to 147, 154. Those are pretty easy numbers. But sometimes they get up into the hundreds and they are difficult to figure out, so I just keep a list of them. I just keep a list of them to make it easy. All right. So we're going to go ahead and look at this chem station over here. Now, out here is one of our basic kill boxes, probably one of our best designs. It's been iterated over many different designs for the kill box. It works fantastically. It uses a very minimal amount of resources. All you really need to do is upgrade the middle of it. We go into the middle of it when we're at Horde Night and they all try to run towards us and get annihilated. A lot of fun. Now look at this. He's building a chem area over here, doing an amazing job. Wow, that looks awesome. I love to watch people's builds. Now, it's all out of cement, but what he's doing right now is he's painting it to make it look awesome, and it does look awesome. And he's got this kind of stylized entrance here. So while he's working away on it, he can, of course, watch out for zombies and shoot zombies in here. He's got a bunch of chemical stations turned sideways, so you can get more of them in there. So you can come over here, do ammo and all that kind of stuff. He's also got stuff in the ceiling, so our ceilings are actually being the boxes themselves. Very easily done there. And you see we've got kind of a high roof in here, kind of an embellishment, just making it look nice. As well as, of course, you can close down the doors if you want to, using some hatches as windows. And then we've got some big windows here. I imagine he's going to put some big windows there, or maybe just leave it open so you can snipe some bad guys who might be hiding somewhere. Now, again, all this right here is going to go all the way out until the water. Way out there. Now, we're going to do a little bit each time. Keep working away on it a little by little. We're not going to try to do it all in one thing because that's the way you burn yourself out on one game. So I like to do it in there. So yeah, looking good. Like in the chem area there, Anon. Very nice, very nice. All right. So he's got his going there. So he's extending this out here. Now, another thing I want to build is also the food area. Now, we're trying to spread them out a little bit because this is going to be a giant compound of different things that people can build. They can build their houses. They could build like a motor area where you could, like a mechanics area. Also, you could build a place to go and eat, get food and water and all of that stuff. And that's what we're going to do is kind of, instead of just having it all in one big room, which we usually do. By the way, thanks for that follow. Let me go ahead and go back and see who that was. Cryptic with a follow. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Nav as well earlier. And Cassie, of course, with a host. Nav and Cassie with a host. Thank you so much for this host. Appreciate all the love. Countdown to 0. Kismet playing 7 Days to Die. There you go. Got that death in there with that thing there. We may see a death before Kismet gets back. There you go, Nooski. Yep. Right as I got back, literally sat down in the chair. Snowy hanging out in the chat. What's up, Snowy Leopard? How you doing? I happen to know another Snowy as well. Her name is Snowlit. Really awesome streamer as well. She always forgets me, though. She goes, I don't know who you are. Every time. Chen also hanging out as well. Assassin says, are you going to play some PUBG? I had fun playing with you. Absolutely. That game is really fun. I don't have much time. I have to split my time between all the other projects that I have going right now and, of course, streaming and doing other things. I will get back to, of course, playing more PUBG and playing more other games as well as I get more and more time. But first, I got to get through a whole bunch of projects and then that I'm queuing up for the rest of the year. And then once I get past those projects, then we'll play some more PUBG and whatnot. Or I just might randomly say, hey, Assassin, let's go play some PUBG. You never know. You never know. So be watching Discord for that. Okay, so we're here in the main base. And one of the things you always work on all the time is food and water. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just kind of think through what we want our food and water place to be. Now, normally what we do is we build a big giant room. We put all the stuff in the big giant room. And then we basically just build out whatever we need, right? As many forges as we need, whatever it is. And that's fun. It's fun to do that because it's very efficient, works really, really great. But it's also fun to expand your kind of building ability and to test things out, try different things along that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to just start with some basic, simple stuff. We're going to go over here to wherever I put all my stuff, right here, building mats. We're going to go ahead and grab some of that. Now, we're also going to need some angled ones here, some ramps. So we're going to go ahead and work on some ramps as well while we're at it. So I'm going to say ramp. Right here. There we go. Now, these should always be running all the time, but I'm being kind of a slacker on these and just letting them, I got to get out of there and get some wood, just letting them chill when I'm off doing something else, and if I come back, we need resources, we'll get it going. Now, eventually, we'll get the resources, so they're just constantly running. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some wood in there. Probably not that much, because that's way too much. There we go. That's still way too much. I don't like to put too much fuel in there because I don't want it to run for 520 minutes or an hour and waste all of that fuel, though we could go get it fairly easy, but still. All right, so we turn the forge on, and then we're going to go ahead and make some rebar. So I'm just going to type a few letters here. Rebar, there we go. We're going to make a whole bunch of rebar ramps. Now, we can just make some wet cement ramps as well, but then you got to upgrade them twice, and I don't really like to do that. 2,000. That ought to be enough. There we go. Now, we're taking a whole bunch of iron out of here. And if you're going to take iron out, make sure to put the iron back in again so the next person that wants to use the forge can do so. So let's go in here and let's grab a bunch of iron. And then we'll just go ahead and remelt that iron down while it's making those particular frames. Now, I can also cancel it at some point. Now, when you're using the mod, by the way, I'm going to turn this off. When you're using the mod, sometimes it goes a lot slower than when you're playing the normal game. So you'll see there's kind of a lag in between each thing as well. And I'll grab some of these ramps here. There we go. Grab some of those ramps while those are going so we can kind of test things out. Now, again, I probably want to stay with the same kind of architecture that Anon's doing, the same kind of style that he's doing, but I'm going to kind of do something a little bit different with our food and water place here. So I'm going to go ahead and offset it about the same distance. Let's see how far we've got just to try to make it look for us. Over there. I don't know. Let's say we'll test it right here. Now, the great thing about rebar frames, you can put one down, you can pick it right back up again, and it's great. If you've never seen 7 Days to Die before, this is a really fantastic game. Really fantastic game for that reason. So we're going to go ahead and make a nice big area here. Like so. And we're going to go ahead and just kind of block it out first, right? You want to just start with some basic blocks. You can embellish it later. But you want to just start with some basic blocks, right? Just to try to get a feel for the size of it. How big is it going to be inside the area? Is that big enough? Maybe. Maybe I want it to be twice as big or half as big. It's really up to you. Now, you're going to make mistakes along the way. No big deal. Just keep going. Keep doing what you want to do. Now, I always got to think also in terms of Horde Night. Right now, we're already past Horde Night. I don't need to worry about it right now. We've already got the kill box. We've already got our stuff secure. So we're okay there. Now we're free to build or free to explore whatever we want to do. So here we are. We've got this going on here. And what I want to do is I want to build a place for all of our food and water. A place for us to come in and grab the food and water. Maybe if we're driving by, it's kind of like a drive-through. Maybe for the food and water. So I'm going to build a kind of a drive-through as well. And I also want to think of it in terms of the front of this base, right? For people coming in and out of this base, where do I want it to go? So I might want to put a drive-through right here. So if they're driving by and they want to get the food and water, they can go ahead and just stop right here. And we'll just say, we'll put the drive-through window in right here. All right, now I've already visualized this entire building in my head. I can see it all. I can see everything that needs to be built for it. I can see it in color. I can see how tall it is. I can see how many blocks it is right now in my head. But if you don't have that ability, that's okay. That's okay. The best thing to do is just start building. And if you hate it, at least you're getting somewhere, right? That's what you do. So I've already kind of pre-figured it out. Okay, I would like to have a drive-through here where they can just drive through and pick stuff up. I also want to have a drive-through drop box. So eventually what I want them to do is be able to just drive up next to this area here and reach up here and put stuff in the drop boxes. Now to do that, I would have to make this taller. And this would be our kind of main sort area. So it would sort here. And then if you were the food person, you could then, of course, come get the food and then come and bring it over here to the thing. Kind of like food delivery, right? Kind of fun. So we want to have, of course, some sort of entrance that was connected from here to over there. So we could do it at ground level. Or we can do at kind of more of an upper level. Now, he's doing his entrance at ground level. Over here, we've got an entrance above. So I might just do it at ground level just to kind of have fun and do stuff at ground level. Now, again, you don't want to be in these buildings while Horde Night is going on because then, of course, they will destroy your buildings. So we might do something like that. Maybe a double entrance, maybe a garage entrance, maybe something fun. We'll see what we can do. Now, if we're going to do a garage entrance, we'd actually need to do it 3 wide as well. So let's go ahead and just kind of think about how we're going to do our drive-through. Now, I don't like to do stuff at bottom level. I don't like to put boxes at bottom level because they can get destroyed fairly easily. I don't like to do them up to 3 or 4 levels high. So if I was going to do a box, I would probably put it up here at the top, right here, across this, like that. So they can drive up to the drive-in window, and that's just going to be cosmetic. It's not going to be anybody there. And then, of course, you can look up here, and you get your food and water right up in here. All right, so all your food, water, and then any other kind of specialty drinks that you want will be right here at the top. So I've already kind of pre-thought that out. Now, if you're the person who is making the food, right, if you're the cook, well, then, of course, you'd want to have a kitchen and a stove and all of that stuff. So in your mind, pre-visualize that right now. Where do you want your stove? Where do you want your campfires? Where do you want all of your stuff? And how do you want it to be laid out? Now, what do you want the building to look like? Do you want the building to have windows? Do you want the building to be in glass? How do you want it to look, right? Now, I would love to do the whole thing in glass and bulletproof glass, but that is incredibly resource expensive. So we're going to just go ahead and do it in kind of cement first. We can always come back, change everything. We can tear it all down, redo the whole entire thing if we choose to. If we choose to do it. So we got our drive-through squared away. we got this squared away. Now, again, over here, we'll want to look at his. See, his is kind of angled. We saw some other ones that we kind of like, right? Oh, actually, let's go back and let's go take a look at those again real quick. Those restaurants. Now, I need to find my bike. I think it's this one. Yep. Let's run back to town, and we'll take a look. All right. I should have marked where that was, so we could have just went back and looked. Let's see. Where are the food areas? I forgot to mark them, but that's okay. Now, you can see we're by a whole bunch of towns here. Let's just go ahead and mark right there, and we'll just run around town. We'll just run around town and look. Where's it at? This way. Fail fish. Fail a Rooney. Now, here's a problem. I'm stuck down here, right? But I'm not. Because right here, I put a ramp, so I could ramp back up again if I should go in the wrong direction like I just did. Oh. Somebody wants to party. A whole bunch of them want to party. Let's do this. What the... Get that nurse. There we go. Snipers. Deadly snipers. Got you back, bro. Got you back. All right, we out of here. Whee. Whee.
Thank you.
More peeps who want to die. Good job. Jump in front of my bullet. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take this ramp. As you can see, we've cut out a long area here. This literally spans this entire area. I'm going to go ahead and run up here. See if we can find any place to kind of inspire us to build. Now, we've got this cool water tower. I'm going to do something cool with the water tower as well. We've got some stuff over here. I think it was on the other... It's on the other side, right? I think it was. Cool cement bunker over there, by the way. Lots of cool buildings. Of course, this particular... let's go across the other way. This particular mod has new POIs. Has new ones. There's a rooster in my way. Has new POIs that are part of the mod, which is really cool. Lots of cool stuff. I hope they add just a massive amount of new POIs. That would be awesome. Awesome. All right. Now, where were those restaurants at? I don't remember. Hopefully, we can get there before it gets dark. So we can see them before it gets dark. Okay, here we go. Right here. As you can see here, we've got kind of a gas or a kind of Jim's Cars there. And then we have this really cool restaurant right here, right? That's pretty cool, right? Kind of like a walk-up restaurant. And we could just try to recreate this if we want to. We'll just go ahead and just get a nice view of it here. And then what I can do over here... Wait for me to stop. Oh! Bird! You're going to regret that, bird. Fat boy over there, too. Ganking me. Ganking me. All right. I was taking a screenshot over here. There we go. Taking a screenshot. Now, if you find something you like, what I usually do is I take a screenshot of it. Gives you kind of an idea of what you want to do. Now, of course, I don't want to make mine exactly the same. But I will use some of the design elements of it. And then, of course, color it the way I want it to be colored. And do stuff the way I want it to be done. But very similar to that kind of drive-in thing. So again, you can go around, you can look at various places, get an idea of what you want, and then go from there. Go ahead and head straight back to the base. If I'd known it was right there, I could have went straight back from the base. All right. So let's go ahead and think that out as well. So we've got a drive-through on one side. Actually, let's a bit further on this side. There we go. We have a drive-through on one side. We've got an entrance here. And then also what we want to do is we want to think about tables maybe outside, right? So some tables outside the actual location, or maybe some like an overhang, right? So if we want to have an overhang that's being held up, so you know you don't get rained on while you're going through the drive-through, we can think about, okay, I mean, you want to think of it cosmetically, and also you want to think of it in terms of its functionality. Now, you only need it to be one wide for people to drive by. But if you want it to look cool, I would probably go at least 4. Remember, you can't span more than 5 in most of these things. Thought I heard somebody. Oh, I'm getting thirsty. There we go. There we go. Okay, getting thirsty, everybody. Let's try not to die again. I have water on my bike. It's especially annoying for people who watch the stream. Boom! There you go. Got another boom going on there. Crushed it. Crushed it. All right, food and water. There we go. Crazy and Jazz and Nushki backing me up. Backing me up in the chat. Boom. Let's get this food a-going. Let's get this food a-going. All right. Eating up that food. There we go. All right. We'll get that squared away. We don't have to worry about that the whole time. Now, again, it is nighttime, so mobs will run at me right now. So I've got to watch out also for that. So, all right. So let's think about how we want the supports to go. So, say right here, right? Now, if you look at the one that we had before, those supports are within a certain amount of distance, right? Both for cosmetic reasons and for other reasons. Oops, took the wrong one out first. And so we want to think of it both cosmetically and then also functionality. So we're going to go every 3 or so here, right, to give it that feel. Now, if I do it like that, it's actually not going to look right, right? I'd want it to be more centered. So I could move it over by 1, right, say here. And then 3 gap there, and then up here, right? And then like that. See, now it's more centered and we're doing the overhang. It'll look much better, right? Now, again, when you want to just visualize it in your head first. If you can't visualize it, then just start building. You'll be fine. If you make a mistake, just knock it down, rebuild it again. So, again, we got our drive-through here, and we're going to have an overhang, right? Maybe you want to have people where they can walk up to the window, right? Maybe have a walk-up window on this side or maybe a walk-up window on this side. Let's go ahead and visualize that. Again, I just visualize it with square blocks. It's called gray boxing, by the way, when you do in 3D animation. It's called gray boxing. When you just visualize by making a very basic model. Right, so you just do it very basic. You get an idea of what you want to do in the spacing and in the stuff, and then you start to add the detail later. Otherwise, if you add a bunch of detail and then realize the sizing is wrong and everything is wrong, then you spend a lot of time redoing it. All right, so there's the walk-up window there. And again, we can put some more up across the top here, like so. And again, this is one of the fun parts of the game is when you get to the point where you can just start building. Right? So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put some more food and water right above there. So if they want to just walk up, they can do that. Or they can do the drive-through. Or they can drive over there and get it. They can do whatever they want. But basically, this will be the drive-through. And I'll go ahead and put the name drive-through in there as well. So this will be our drive-through here. Now, other things we can do is create another overhang. Kind of basically around the whole entire thing, right? So if we wanted to also go this way. Now, this is a 3 gap here. And let's go 3 gap here. All right, so where is our center pole going to be? Well, right about here. And if you look at the math, it almost works out. Not quite, but almost. But it looks much better at that kind of catty corner angle, like that. And then we'll go +4 this way, so that if you want to do it symmetrical, you would go 4 this way, 4 that way, use the catty corner angle in the corner, and then 3. But then, of course, it's blocking the front door. I don't like to block the front door. So I'm going to go ahead and put this like this, and I'll actually make a cool little arch right there to go there, and so on. Now, again, this is one of the funnest things to do in the game is to build. If you haven't discovered, again, 7 Days to Die, I will check it out. I've literally give away 50 copies of 7 Days to Die. Incredibly fun game. Incredibly fun game. All right, so we're kind of getting an idea of what we want. Get away from my building. Get away from my building. Now, it's dark time. Now, some of you are going, Kismet, why is it not pitch black? Because, one, it hurts my eyes when I do that. as well as it didn't work, Dark Angel. I'm going to have to switch. I'm going to probably have to switch back. Sorry about that, Dark Angel. You know what? This is a good time to take a moment. Hold on. Let me take a moment, everybody. Let me go in here and show some people some love. I have been working on that on and off for a while now, and it's just not working. So I'm going to take a moment for all of you to acknowledge some people who go above and beyond here in the stream. Now, Dark Angel has been a sub on GameWisp for 13 months. Right now, it should have popped up. It did not. Even though I know I have it on right now, I have it turned on. I can see it there, in there. I don't know why it's not notifying. And for some reason, it's not working through Stream Elements right now. They're still working on it, trying to get it fixed. But I want to acknowledge all the people who are on my GameWisp right now. Now, a lot of people have switched from GameWisp over to subbing here on Twitch. Now, actually, I make less income for the stream when you actually subscribe here on Twitch. But that's okay. In theory, you will get more subs here on Twitch and then balance out that loss. But that doesn't happen for me. But it should happen in theory. But on GameWisp, when you donate, they take a little bit of it, and then, of course, the rest of it goes to the streamer. So if you want to support above and beyond the stream, you're like, Kismet, I love what you do, bro. I want to go above and beyond like Dark Angel does. I want to go ahead and just take a moment to acknowledge all of the people who are still on GameWisp right now, some people who both sub both on GameWisp and also here as well, here on Twitch. So, of course, Dark Angel with the 13 months. We're going to show a love train for all of them here in just a second, by the way. And then we can look at my little thing I'm building here. So we're going to do a love train for them, so get ready for that. Also, I want to go ahead and say thanks to Crazy, who is also 12 months, who has been subscribed for a year. Thank you so much for that love. Some other people right now, we got Aang, who's been 1 month, who has been over there. Jay, also a year subscriber. Jay's been with me for a year. Thank you so much for that continued support over there. Let's see. Click some buttons here. There we go. So yeah, NJ, Dark Angel. We've also got Crazy, who's been 12 months. A-Dog, a 10-month sub. Thank you so much for that love. Kern Jez, of course. You know I love Kern Jez. She's at 11 months right now. Almost a year's worth of support over there as well. And then, of course, Gamer Dudes also with the 13 months. Now, those are the people. Those are the superstars of the people who subscribe to my channel. They are the people who are above and beyond, who say, Kismet, you know what? I'm going to go take that extra. Not only am I going to sub here on Twitch, but I want to support your stream. I want you to be able to keep going because, again, every dime does go right back into the stream. Keeps the lights on, keeps the internet on, that kind of stuff. Allows me to do giveaways, allows me to take my mods to TwitchCon, allows me to do all of that stuff. Every single penny is put right back in. So thanks to everybody for that extra support. And now we're going to do a Kismet love train for all of them. So put at Dark Angel, at Crazy, at A-Dog, at Jay, at Kern Jez, at Gamer Dude, and at Aang. And if you would like to go above and beyond and support the channel, not only here on Twitch, but also if you subscribe for $5 over there, I actually get like $4.50 as opposed to Twitch, which takes half of whatever you get as a subscriber. So if you want to go above and beyond, feel free to go over there. Show that love over on GameWisp. And I think we got the, do we got the command for that, mods? Do we got a command for GameWisp? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if we do. I forget what the name of that command is. I forget what it is. GameWisp? I forget. My mods will find it. Mods, find out what it is and throw it in the chat. That's what I got mods for. So my mods will throw that GameWisp in the chat. If you do want to, of course, you can follow the link right down below the stream as well. You can scroll down, click that GameWisp, and support the stream as well. You get additional perks on top of it. You can play games with me. You guys get loot drops depending on what it is. You send you Kiz caps and all sorts of other cool real-life stuff, real-life Kismet swag. I send out as well. Nobody else does that except for me. Sends out all sorts of awesome swag. Well, probably a few people do, but not that many. I send out real-life swag to people, and lots of excellent swag coming on the way, by the way. So, all right, let's show some love to all the GameWisp subs tonight, everybody. Let's do that right now. We're going to go ahead and get over the Kismet Love Train. If you've never been on the Kismet Love Train, Saltbot will show you how.
Saltbot here. It is time for the Kismet Love Train. Put at then the awesome person's name in chat along with your favorite emotes from your favorite streamers. They will fly all over the stream to show support for all the love.
All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get on that Kismet love train. Throw it at Dark Angel, at Crazy, at Jay, at A-Dog, Ang, Kern Jazz, and Gamer Dudes right over there in the chat. Throw your favorite emotes from your favorite streamers. They'll fly all over the stream. Come on, everybody. Take a moment. These are the epic people. The legendary supporters. The people who go above and beyond.
Legendary.
The people who are amazing. The people who are unstoppable. They keep this stream going, and I want you to show them a tremendous amount of love right there in the chat. Let's do it, everybody. Let's do it right now. Come on. If you've never said one thing in my stream, these are the people that keep me going. These are the people that keep this stream going every single time. Show them lots of love. Show them lots of love. They are the people who stuck with me for a year and more. For a year. That's a long time. That's a long time to say, Kismet, I'm not going to give up on you, man. I know you got health issues. I know you got stuff. But I believe in you. I believe in what you're doing, and I'm going to go and I'm going to take the never unsub challenge. Once I sub to somebody, I usually never unsub. I stay a sub. That's the way I am. I've been subbed to some people for 4 years. That's right. For a very long time, because I believe in what they do, and this is how they survive. They survive by you hitting that subscribe button, by you hitting the donate button, or dropping some bits. You can even get free bits. You can go and watch some ads by hitting that little bit button over there. Go watch some ads. Say buy bits, go watch ads, and then drop those bits on the stream. That every one of those bits matters. Every one of those bits that drop in this cup keeps the stream going. And thanks to you guys for being epic. For being epic. Oh, we got a Boom TV started by Way. Throw a whole bunch of Kismet kill boxes in there, too, because Way wants to start it. Or maybe Way was just throwing it in there as an emote. Either way, exclamation point boom in the chat, everybody. Let's boom that baby. Let's boom that love. Let's do it. Right there. There we go. Now we're looking sharp. Now we're looking good. Feeling good, looking good. The best way to be, right? You're feeling good, looking good at the same time. Looking sharp. Having some fun, playing some games. That should be right there. This is why you test it out. Of course, you know you might go to the next one and go, wait a minute. That one's not quite right. Not quite right there. There we go. All right. We've got our pillars going on. We've got 3 on the edge and then 2 on the inside. We've got 3 on that edge, 2 on the inside, 3 there, 2 there, 3 there, 3 there, 2 here, 3. That's 3 and 3. Hold on. Hold on. Something went crazy there. Something went crazy right there. There it is. All right. That's where we messed up right there. This has got to be here. There we go. Now we got 4 across there. And, oh, this one, same one. It's right there with that edge. Okay. Okay, I see what's going on. There we go. And then 3 here. Take this down. There we are. 4 across there. A little bit too far there. Let's go ahead and go this way. 3 and 3. And 4 and 4. Oh, just about shot at him. This one here in the front is going to be different. Because you've got 4 there, then you've got 2 and 2 because I want to block the doorway. And then this one here in the back. We're going to have 4 across here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3. There we go. Lots and lots of love in the chat. Look at all that love, everybody. Look at that love just for all you GameWiz subscribers. Thank you so much for all that support. I never forget people who were there the whole entire time, who was there from minute 1 to keep the stream going. Thank you so much to everybody. Big time. Big time. You think it's exclamation point sub? Let's try it out. Let's see. Exclamation point sub. Did we change it? Oh, we changed it. That's the Twitch one. That's the Twitch one. Let me go ahead and find it here, everybody. Give you guys a shot to go above and beyond. Again, and show you guys lots and lots of love. Now, I have some, one person who's still on Patreon. I used to have Patreon before Game Wisp, and we still got a person on there doing it as well. Thank you so much for that Patreon love as well. Where did my Game Wisp go? Right there, subscribe. There we go. And I'll go ahead and throw in the chest. Mods, and let's go ahead and make a new one for GW, for Game Wisp. Go above and beyond. Boom. There we go. Go above and beyond. Go ahead and click that link right there. And there's different tiers that you can support. Even if it's just $5, it does help the stream a lot. Appreciate all the love, everybody. Appreciate the love as well. Now, also I'm going to be upgrading those perks as well over there as well. So you Game Wisp peeps going to be getting lots of epic stuff for those who've been hanging in there. I appreciate everybody who's been hanging in there while I've been trying to get that to work. I don't know why it doesn't work. Gwen, speaking of awesome people, Gwen coming in with a resub love. Oh, thank you so much, Gwen. Appreciate that love. Let's see that sub, that 3 month, or was it 5 months? 5 months resub love. Let's see that resub hype in the chat. Appreciate that resub love.
There's some venison stew in there, the oven.
All right. And okay, we're going to continue on with our little restaurant here and have a bit of fun. And so we're going to have a big entrance here in the front ways. We're going to have kind of an overhang that goes all the way around. And then we might want to put some tables and chairs and whatnot out here as kind of an area, right? So instead of having an overhang that is directly here, I might have a seating area over here where people can kind of come out of the restaurant, right? And chill out over here. Now, this is just cosmetic. This does no good for your gameplay other than doing some mega building, aka just building for fun. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put that right about there. And I'm going to think about, okay, what do I want here? I want to have it where maybe it's like a deck, right? You kind of go up in the deck and it's kind of raised and you can just sit there with some railing or something fun like that. So let's go ahead and raise it up a little bit. Say all around here. Like so. And again, this is completely unbuilt yet. I'm not doing anything in stone or in this case concrete. We're just going to try to get an idea of how big we want it to be. So there we go. Like so. So we'll go ahead and get up here. We'll get a feel for it. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Now, a way to really know is to go in and look under table. Like so. And then say, okay, what kind of tables we put out? We put wood tables. We can put iron tables. Of course, you can also color all the tables as well. You can put tables together, make like one big long table, which is probably what I'm going to do, which is pretty cool. So we can go ahead and just make a scrap iron table for now and just get an idea of how big we want the table to be. Now, once I put this table down, by the way, it will be stuck there. So if I want to make a big long table where people can sit on both sides, I'll go ahead and put it here and then just get an idea if someone's sitting here, how close are they to the wall. I think I'd actually move it over by one so it's not so close to the wall. And then we'll probably put the table way here at the end and we'll put some railing. So I'd say maybe put the table, say maybe 3 wide right there, there, and there. And then we can put some chairs down and it should turn out awesome. All right, so we'll go ahead and make this extra high. There we go. So we'll put the table that wide, 3 wide, all the way along there. We'll have it like a big giant table everybody can sit around when we're having a party. When we're having a party. Be just like a TwitchCon. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Working on getting on. All right, Gwen. Awesome. Awesome. Thinking the same thing. We should place the garden nearby the restaurant. There you go, Nooshki. Yeah, I'm building a restaurant right now for you guys. Feel free to make the garden wherever you want. That's what's so great about this playthrough. You can build whatever you want. You can build out a garden. You can build out a giant house if you'd like. Whatever it is you want to do. That's what this one is all about, the compound, right? And eventually we'll put, defenses all the way around it and have all sorts of fun. So, okay, we also need to think about, where all the food and all that stuff is going to be prepared and made. Now, this is going to feed all of our people, so we want to have a fairly big kitchen, right? This whole thing is going to be pretty much kitchen. It's going to be like a place where you drive up, and the interior of it pretty much just has a counter, right, that you would go up to. But behind that counter is all of the stuff that they use to make the food and prepare the food, right, including like storage for where you keep the food and all that kind of fun stuff behind there as well. So I'm going to make it very similar to the one that you guys saw in that kind of flat kind of roof with a multiple tier roof to it with this rounded and whatnot at the top. Except for I'm going to make mine a little bit higher up so that it can accommodate the boxes. Oh, Gwen. Hey, Gwen. Hey, Nishki. So we're going to accommodate more. And we've got... Oh, there you go. Nushki's updated it. Thank you so much, Nushki. Appreciate that update. At 13 months now. Appreciate that. Appreciate that love. All right. Appreciate the sub love, everybody. Appreciate you guys hanging out here in the chat. And again, if you are new to my channel, my name is Kismet. Consider hitting that follow button right up there. If you do have a comment or question for me, I love to interact in chat. My name is over here somewhere. Over there. Over there. Kismet. K-I-S-M-E-T or Kiz, K-I-S. Or you can just say hi in the chat, and then I'll know you're talking directly to me. So let's keep going. Let's keep on going. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to do that. Now, how do we want the building to look, right? We already got that kind of rounded ceiling, but how do we want the lower building to look? Do we want it to be rounded? Do we want it to be angled? So let's go ahead and fool around a little bit with what I call the cornering of it, right? So we can go ahead and use a rebar ramp here, and we can go ahead and rotate that around a bit. Now, we can also tell it to copy face and all that stuff, but I find rotating it around, there we go. Maybe like a corner like that, or maybe a rounded corner on the edge. I kind of like sharp corners. That's kind of like a beveled edge. I like that as well. Now, of course, we don't have to do it this far, by the way. You can also do other cool things along with it. And let's go ahead and look at that stuff too. Like we could actually use other shapes and whatnot. We could use a rounded edge, right? So if we wanted to do kind of an arch, we could do that. But of course, we're going to need some concrete first. Going to need some concrete first. Meep, meep. He ran in there when he was opening the door. Perfect timing. So let's go in here. Let's get some concrete. So we'll get some concrete mix. Meep, meep. He ran out again. Ran out while Nushki was coming in and out of there. And then we'll go ahead and we'll just make some shapes just to fool around with the shapes. All right, now, I already know what I want it to look like, but it isn't always exactly as I visualize it. There are things that I do along the way. Now, you've got your concrete blocks that are 1/2, 1/4, 1/8, all that kind of stuff, as well as you've got your wedges that you can use as well. So we're going to go ahead and fool around a bit with the wedge stuff. Let's go ahead and get some of these going. There's some tips going. We've got an inside corner. We've got a wedge bottom. We've got a full wedge there. We got a wet concrete ramp. I think we've got concrete stairs corner. Now, of course, if you're putting it down, you can pick it right back up again fairly quickly, and then you won't have an issue with taking it out because it does. Once it dries, then it's much tougher to take out. So we're gonna go ahead and rotate this around until we get it in the same kind of position. Now, the problem with doing this though is once it's down, it's down. You don't get to pick it back up again, which I think is a huge mistake. I think they should let you do it as rebar frames. Boom. So there we go. So maybe we want to do kind of more like that, which actually goes along with the rest of the stuff that he's building. So maybe kind of an inside edge corner like that, which is actually kind of nice. Kind of nice. Like it. Like it. Now we can also try to do something different along the edge here, where we can go in and we could use a wedge, right, to try to wedge it like that. But then, of course, this looks funny, right? This looks funny on this side. So let's take this back out again. And then let's see what we can put here in the corner. Can we put some stairs there? Not bad. Fairly fairly stylized. Not bad. And then I could just use a single pole that would go all the way up. Right? Very cool. Right? Now you can also use kind of a more angled wedge if you wanted to. As well as I could just go ahead and finish this up by putting that out there like that. Like it's kind of like a ramp that you go up, right? Also good if you want to do it around, kind of more around the thing on that side. Right? Not bad there. Not bad. That's okay. It's okay. Let's go ahead and take that out. And the best way to know if you like something is to try it. And if you don't like it, you're going to know right away. Now, this particular piece is pretty tough because look which way it goes. It basically goes the opposite direction that you want it to go. So you want to actually use the other piece, this kind of piece here, that would make it kind of flatten out in the other direction, right? And then you'd want to use those wedges that we used just a minute ago. Let's make another one of those. The corner tips here. To line those up like that. So again, using a combination of all sorts of stuff, you can do a whole bunch of fun things in there as well. Now, if you're testing stuff, one of the things to do is to put like a rebar frame underneath it while you're testing it, and then just take the rebar frames out from underneath it, and then it will fall, so you don't have to break it down every time. That is a way to do it. Now, for me, I want to go ahead and keep with the style that we've already started going, and then kind of mix it in with the style that that I would like to do as well. So we're going to go ahead and just make it rounded like this. So we'll keep the edges rounded. I like to follow very similar styles. I have a tendency to go past the one that I want. There we go. So go ahead and keep it rounded there. And if we got that side rounded, then we want to think about, okay, then we probably want to round some of this other stuff as well. So we'll go ahead. Darn it. Let's say on face. Get reset. Had to go to advanced there. Now, I don't want to go that way. I just wanted to do somewhat like this. Right? Now, but once I do that, then I'm kind of locked into there, right? Kind of locked into that edge. Now, one of the problems that I don't like is the fact that this edge right here is so skinny. See how skinny that is? I think it should be a bit wider, about the width of a plate. So this way, when you can put a plate up next to it, and then it would look legit. So there we go. So we've got a bit of this going on, right? So we'll go ahead and take that out. And then probably here in the front, we'll just have a window with maybe a sign or something like that. And let's see what else we could do here, right? Let's see what else we could do. Let's go ahead and see if we can take these in here, and we'll say on face. On face there, so it's attaching to that particular face. We're doing kind of the same thing, right, where it's kind of wedging inwards. And again, this is all based on what you want to do, right? Your style of what you want to do. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong other than the stuff that falls down because it doesn't structurally hold. But when it's your universe and it's your stuff, whatever you want to do is correct. In my case, I just want to do something kind of fun like that. And then we'll go ahead and fill that in a little bit. Now, if we don't like it, we can always come back, take it out. But basically, I'm just going to do kind of like a fun little edge there, right? So you kind of walk up here, and this could be like a counter here and whatnot. Same thing over here, right? So I want to go ahead and make this same thing over on this side. The first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and take it on the top frames and try to stylize it very much the same. Again, we're going to leave a 3 gap there for a garage door. And we'll go ahead and take the repair kits out for now. Again, we'll watch our distance, 1, 2, 3, and then rotate. Like so. Uh-oh, it's the wrong way, right? If you make a mistake, again, knock it out of there, keep going. Don't kick yourself. Don't kick yourself if you make a mistake. It's okay. And yes, I do make mistakes on purpose, just to say that. There we go. All right, we've got it going the right way now. And again, let's get this going as well. Again, this game is one of those games where you start playing the game and you could literally play this for like 50 hours and like all of a sudden you're like playing it, and then you look up and you're like, whoa, the sun's coming up. That kind of playability, super fun. All right, and let's go ahead and speed up a little bit here. You guys got the general idea now. So we're going to go ahead and speed up a little bit. We're going to go ahead and take this out. Let's go ahead and take this corner out. And again, I try to get the size of it first. And then from there, it kind of leads me to what I want to build. And let's just go ahead and see if we can just rotate that. That's going in vertical. Let's say on this face. Maybe this face. Nope. Pants rotated. Oops, there it was. Or we're trying to put it where the ground is facing us. It's always that one more click that gets you. There we go. There we go. All right, and again, go ahead and put a wedge down. I didn't make that many wedges. Let's go ahead and make about 10. Help if I turn my number lock on. Not 110. There we go. Craft those. And let's go ahead and take my chainsaw. I don't need that right now. Auger, I might need that. First aid kit's out of there. So we can just go ahead and start putting kind of more stuff in here that we were going to work with, right? Like so. All right, so we're going to have to keep switching that in and out. Advanced rotation. There we go. And that's kind of what we want. There we go. And of course, as you're going, you can also, because it's wet cement, so it's going to go to 3,000, then you can get it again while you're at it. So just kind of stylizing the front to try to give it kind of the same kind of stylized as what we've already got, right? To try to fit in with the rest of the architecture as well. So we'll stylize that front, and these will be the kind of the 2 walk-up windows that people can walk up to get their food, in theory. But really, it's just going to be above, so they can just grab it out of there. Now, also, we're going to think about how we're going to do the kitchen in here, right? Now, I don't like to do too many square buildings. I like to do rounded buildings, which are really fun, stylized buildings as well. And again, I've already got an idea of what I want here, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. But what we're going to do is we're going to actually make more room inside this particular place, right? So instead of having it be square, why not just make it plates like that? Now, the problem with doing plates like that, though, is if I decide to, say, put a thing down, right, a stove, look what happens. So I can't put anything there. That's because the plate takes up the entire block. So if I was going to do it properly, I would actually put the plate on the other side. Let me show you what I mean. I would go ahead and take the plate, and I would put it on this block here, and then rotate it around so it was actually the other direction like that. Because now it's taking up that block, this block right there. It's taking up this square block. Nothing else can be put there. But on the inside here, this block, I can now put stuff here. Like I could put a stove there. I could put a table, whatever I wanted to do. And then it's going to properly be the outside edge. So we're going to go ahead and just do that along the outside edge here to create kind of a great little outer wall to keep mobs from just going straight in there. Now, of course, it's going to be cement too. So that means that because it is cement, we can upgrade it and even upgrade it to steel and make it steel if we wanted to. And then come back later, once it's a really nice solid building, and then repaint it, which is really fun. I might have Chewy come in and do that. We'll see. We'll see. Let him come in and paint that out. One of the first things that I saw Chewy do in here is he made himself a little food area, which is really cool. Really cool. All right. And then, again, we'll go ahead and just... Again, think about how the outer part of the building is going to go. Like this. Oh, I bumped into something, darn it. I'll come back and take that out in a second. Again, if you make a mistake, play on, everybody. Play on. All right. Blocking me. Blocking me. I can also go over here and say copy rotation, which will set it up, and then I can go ahead and rotate around like that. Fill in this outer edge. Dang it. Did it again. Did it again. All right. All right, looking good. Now, all these inner frames here are really not that useful except for the windows. If I want to have the windows sitting on the outside, I can let them sit on this block. And again, as they need to be upgraded, we'll go ahead and upgrade those blocks as well. Looking good, looking good. So there we go. So we got 2 walk-up windows. We've got kind of the inner area now that has a lot more space. Again, let's go ahead and take this out of here. Like so. All right, so there's level number 1. Oh, we forgot a plate here. And again, we'll hold down R. We'll say copy rotation. I'll get the same exact rotation as that one. And now we've got kind of the base build of it, right? The bottom build. We stylized it a little bit. But also we want to think about, does the building have a basement? Because we could build a whole basement where all the food could be kept down below. Or does it go up to an upper level? Now, normally what I do is ladder. Ladder is very efficient. You can take the bottom rung off. The mobs cannot go up the ladder, right? But when you're really like super building or you're building something cool, you'll want to actually use stairs. And I actually really prefer stairs in the actual concrete stairs. Concrete and then wet concrete stairs. I don't know what the difference is. They both take 10. Huh. Huh. I can't make that one, though. I got to make that in the workbench. All right, so let's go ahead and craft this. And we're going to craft a bunch of stairs. Now, also, you've got some other cool stairs. You got brick stairs. You got cobblestone stairs. Now, the funny thing about all these other stairs is they're actually useless now. Because the one that's the strongest is going to be the concrete stairs, right? But we can also use it with a railing. So we have like a built-in railing, which I really like these railing ones. I think this is like nothing short of genius. These little wood railing ones. Now, of course, they cost more for me to make it. But let's make some of those. Let's fool around with those as well. So we'll go ahead and put some concrete stairs down. And let's say you come in the building and the stairwell is going to be in the back over here, right? So in this kind of corner here is going to be the stairwell. So we'll go ahead and notice how I can put it right up against the side of the wall. And then when you're trying to put it on top, notice how weird it acts when you try to get on the top of it. That's because it has nothing to support it underneath. And it can either be on top of it or it needs to sit on a block behind it. Right? So you need to have something that's actually supporting it behind there. So let's go ahead and put a few rebar frames down. And there we go. And we've got a pretty decent stairs going there, right? Now, I've seen some of my community members actually make spiral stairs, which is really cool. Very, very cool way of doing that. You can do a whole bunch of different styles of stairs and whatnot in here. So that's those stairs. Now, also what we can do, of course, you can use the corner stairs here, which is to do that kind of rounded effect. But you can also go in and use these other ones. These stairs with railings. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and watch as I can very easily get rid of this now by pulling out the frames underneath. And then it will just fall, get rid of it. Let's say if we want to use the railing stairs, like so. Now watch right now. See, this is only 1 wide. But if I put another one in, it automatically takes the middle one out and makes it 2 wide. These are actually really cool, by the way, because you can span up to 26 with a single support. Also, if you notice on these ones, if you do them just right and aim them at the thing here, right, rotate it around, you can actually stack them on top of each other like that. So you don't have to have an under support, at least at that level. Now, the higher level you go up, of course, the higher chance that they're going to fall. I'm going to keep going here. See how high up we can go without any support. Pretty cool. Now, actually, there is a support. Right now, it's actually this one right here that's attached. And up we go. And now we're kind of on an upper level, right? Now, one of the problems with this particular stairwell, the way I have it faced, is the fact that it's facing off the side of the building. So if you come up here, boom, you fall off the side out of the thing. So probably not the best direction for your stairs. So let's take those out. So let's look at it going the other direction, the other way. And again, we'll build 10 more. And let's say we give a 2 gap here. And then so you come in here, you go over here, and then of course you can go up the stairs to the upper level. Now you can make it just a 1 wide, by the way. You don't have to make it 2 wide. But now this is much better, right? So you're aiming it toward the middle of the building. So you come up, you're now on the 2nd level. You can go ahead and do whatever you need to do on the 2nd level. You could have a house on the 2nd level. Could be whatever anybody wants it to be. You could also be up above it, which means you could be on the top of it shooting down to zombies or whatever you want to do. Maybe you've got air conditioning or whatever else up there as well. Lots of fun stuff you could do at the top of that building. You can even have pipes coming out of it. I don't know. I'll do something fun. But one of the things that I want to do, and typically what we do, is we just build kind of like a little container. And then what we do is we put water in it for it to save the water, right? But what I'm going to do is actually put the water on top of the building. And there's actually going to be a water tower on top of the restaurant, which is going to be pretty fun, right? So you don't have to go running off for a water tower. And I'm going to make it a giant water tower. Like one of the, like some of the ones you see, like when you're driving down the road and you see those big giant water towers. That's what I'm going to put up above there. And who knows, it might crash the whole thing down. We'll see. We'll see. So again, so there's the start of our restaurant. You can already visualize it somewhat. You've got the overhangs. You've got an eating area. You've got your restaurant. You've got your walk-up. You've got your drive-through. You got all of that stuff already started, already ready to go. You're already visualizing it in your head. Now, I know I'm going to keep this here, but I'm not sure I'm going to keep this outer edge. So I'm not going to upgrade that until I'm sure I'm going to keep it, which I probably am not. Probably am not. I'll probably round out the corner here.
Are you talking to somebody in particular?
Oh, sorry, Ursa. Hi.
All right. So we've got that going. Now, the cool thing about this is you can also upgrade this as well, but it doesn't really fit inside. So we're going to take that back out. If you're going to do inside, you want it to be more like this kind of traditional, the traditional stairwell, right? Because it looks cooler. It's much nicer. So we're going to go ahead and use the traditional stairwell right here. We're going to go ahead and just run that support up here. Now, another thing you can do, by the way, is instead of doing this first, is you can actually do the walls first. So the walls will act as a support. So if you want to take this out and utilize the space under here, you can put the walls in. The walls will hold it up as you go. Now, the great thing about putting this in first before you put the walls in and the windows and all of that stuff is the fact that now you know where the stairs are going to be. So you don't make windows where the stairs going to be, right? So that's why I'm doing the stairs now. Kind of doing that much earlier, like so. So I'm going to start with just one stairwell, and then we'll go ahead and work with even more. Again, this is one of my favorite things to do, is to talk about design, to talk about architecture, to get an idea and help people visualize things. Not only for in-game, but also in other things you might do, you know, at your job or whatever it is, to help you visualize stuff before you do them. Now, again, if you do it and you make a mistake, you tear the whole thing down, redo it again if you want. It's up to you. It's up to you. Okay, so now we also got to think, okay, how high up is the next level going to be? All right, so let's say it's going to be this high up. Now, watch what happens if I put too many of these here. It has real-life physics, so it will take it down. Now, it's what I call iffy physics, but it does have physics in there. If you put too many of them on there, it will actually cause it to fall down. So we need to think about the roof, right? So how far can it go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is number 6 here. Oh, I need some food and water. Oh, look at you guys spamming the chat. Spamming the chat. So we need a support right there so that it doesn't cause the roof to fall down. Let's get that water, everybody. Let's get it. I should probably keep the water on me, too. Keep the water on me. What am I, hot or something? No. All right, now you quickly drink some water so you don't have any trouble. Let's look. What's the weather right now? Take my puffer coat off. There we go. What's the degrees right now? Okay, yeah, that's what it is. Little tough. Let's go ahead and keep some water on me here. Keep that up. There we go. There we go. Okay. So again, now we need to think about the supports of the roof as well. And does that seem like a good roof height? Seems pretty good to me. Seems pretty good up above. Happy birthday, says Chewy. Happy birthday to you. It's your birthday, Chewy? Is it really your birthday, Chewy? Let me know in the chat. That's something we need to put on the calendar, Chewy. Speaking of that, is everybody's birthday. All my mods' birthday. Is it really your birthday? Let me know, Chewy. I don't know if he's just trolling me or what. See, with Chewy, sometimes you don't know. Sometimes he likes to troll me, so I have to verify. Oh, let's also make some poles as well. So we can hold this up here. Let's go ahead and make about 20 of those. And about 20 of these middle ones too. You want to make a little bit of everything so you can experiment. That's what I like to do as well. Now, instead of having this big pole right in the middle of your thing here, you can try to kind of center it better like that and say, okay, where's that coming at? And just put something that's a lot more non-obstructive. Just like a real skinny pole there. And notice how you can still walk in the area where it's not. So it doesn't take up the whole entire block. So that acts as a really great support. It'll act just as good as if you put a square block there. It'll work just as good. Let's see. Is it really sync? Did he answer me or no? He's not watching the stream. It's the 30th birthday. What? Oh, happy birthday, Chewy. All right, everybody. We got to blow up the chat. Let's do it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy to you. Happy birthday, dear
Chewy.
Happy birthday to you.
There you go, Chewy. You have officially gotten out of your 20s into your 30s, coming into your prime now. Coming into your prime in your 30s, I was in my prime. I tell you, I was crushing it. I was crushing it. 20s crushing it, 30s crushing it even more. Rocking it big time. Big time a Rooney. Yeah. Very, very nice. Cool, what you building out there? Nooshki. She can't hear me. She can't hear me. Wonder if she's watching the stream. We'll find out. Because I don't know if she knows we're going to make that into a big giant cement pad. Let me go over there and ask her. Hey, Nooshki, what you doing out there?
We're just going over how we're going to do the garden.
Just so you know, that whole area is going to be a cement pad at the same level we are now.
Yes, we're already talking about building it up.
All right, awesome. I'll make sure that I don't roll over your awesome stuff you're about to make.
No, we kind of figured you were gonna finish this out anyway, and we're gonna need a big garden. We have lots of people.
Yeah, well, make it as big as you want. Go for it. Jump back to the other channel.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, there we go. My job not only is to do stuff and kill stuff and do all that stuff in here, is also to coordinate everybody, to make sure the communication is really good between everybody, both as the person who does streaming and both as the leader, as well as the leader of the group here, to make sure there's no miscommunication. That, down the road they're like, oh, well, Kismet, we already built it. I'm like, well, we're going to build a cement pad there. I don't want to wreck your awesome stuff, right? So when I see that happening, to avoid any future miscommunications, I like to mention it right away. They already knew, but still, I just wanted to make sure. So there's no hard feelings across anybody. If we go in there, we're going to start rolling over and knock all that down and build a cement floor and all of that stuff. So they're going to build an awesome garden out there, which is going to be awesome. And, of course, we'll build defenses and whatnot around all of our stuff as we go. So, yeah, I feel like building a restaurant this time. And maybe I'll build also a mechanic area, too. I don't know. Maybe somebody else will build it. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So, yeah, there we go. So we've got that going. Now, somebody can drive through the drive-through and do all of that. And we've got this going at the top. Now, one of the things I love to do now, instead of using square blocks, is to use the plates. Because it acts as the same thing, unless you want to put lights up, right? So if I want to put some lights up on here, I need the plates to be at the bottom. But if I put the plates at the bottom, everything on the top is going to be set down. And to show you what I mean, I'm going to go ahead and do it each way so you get an idea. Oh, thank you so much for dropping the dragon hammer. Who was that?
I ran into a wolf and accidentally cut off
Space Sick Poppy! Thank you so much for dropping the dragon hammer, crushing that follow button, becoming part of the Kismet Army. Welcome, welcome. Feel free to say hello in the chat. Happy birthday to Space Sick Puppy, to Chewy. We love Chewy up in here. He's one of my awesome mods. Got to meet him at TwitchCon. He was always watching my back. Much love to Chewy. Kismet seems like with 29 IM in the perfect spot then. Yeah, huh? Right. Yeah. 30 Wookie. 30 Wookie. He's a 30 Wookie now. Boom. And boom. So yeah, it's Chewy's birthday today. Make sure to show him lots of love in the chat, everybody. Okay, so let's try this multiple ways. All right, so we're going to try it.
Are you by the pillar?
We're going to try it with it facing down.
Yeah, it's
Like
right
that,
here.
right? So now we can put... We can put lighting and stuff like that, and it will look like it's actually attached to the roof. Now we can also do poles and things like that as well. Now up here, if we do it the other way, right? If we do it upwards, we'll take this out, and we'll go ahead and rotate it around.
Check out that building. I hadn't seen it before.
Like this. We do it like that, and then we try to attach something to it. It just won't work because it takes up the entire block.
There we go. Fight this group.
It takes up the entire block there, so it can't be attached and would just be floating there in the air. If you want it to be magical, maybe you're making like a magical area where everything's floating. It's your game. You do whatever you want. But for me, I think it would be better to go this way. Notice how it didn't fall down, by the way. That's because the block is still attached to this here. If I take this one out, then it will fall down. Good to know, though. Good to know. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and copy rotation so that they're all going the same way. All right, so we got that going. Then we go up here. Then we realize that we have this kind of offset from the stairs to the floor. But we could, in theory, take this one out, right? And then it's kind of at the same level, but it's not because you can see there's a thing. But we can always put some plates there. So you don't really need stairs as high, right? And you've got this kind of headroom here that you can use. But again, the same problem on the top. Now if I make anything on the top of it, it's going to be floating, right? It's not really letting me doing it well. Here, let me get up here on the top of the stairs. Visualize that a little bit better because it's acting a little funny. There we go. See, it's floating on top of there. So you got a win or lose situation there, right? No matter what you do. I hear somebody. Somebody knocking on our door over here. Through the bars, everybody. Come on. I was through the bars in a one hit. Oh, look at this. It's target practice. One shot. One shot. Ah, missed that one. Missed that one. Almost got them all in a one shot. Anybody else going to stand up? This one. Dead? All dead. All right, there we go. That's what's nice about having an epic team. Okay, so no matter what we do, we're kind of screwed on this ceiling, right? So in this case, what you want to do, if you're going to use both the bottom and the top, you want to use the regular stuff. Now, by the way, I could have just took that block out and all would have fell down except for the stuff over here once I cut that edge. All right, let's take that out. Let's go ahead and put some more stairs down. So let's just go ahead and use it as a square, like so, so that we're getting the full use of both the ceiling and the floor. But I love doing the plates. The plates give you a lot of headroom if you're not doing anything above or below. You're doing pretty good. All right. And again, this one support can hold a lot. I hold a lot, right? Hold a lot of stuff. Fill that all in with concrete and whatnot. I never fill it in until I got an idea of what I want. So, okay. Now, does that feel good? Now, you got to stretch out with your emotions when you're building a little, right? Also, when you're doing graphic design or art, it's kind of not only is it an artistic thing or a creative thing, but you kind of stretch with your feelings and try to get an idea if it feels right. When you're putting text on a page, not only are you following certain rules and whatnot of sizes and kerning and leading and all of that stuff, I've been a graphic designer 25 years, but you're feeling if it feels right. Is it too close to something else? Is it too far above? You got white space. Do you have enough room on the one side? Is it too close to the spine? Is it too close to whatever? Same thing when you're building. Does it feel enclosed? Do you feel enclosed when you're in there? Do you feel like it should have more space? I feel like when I put those blocks in, that it's a little too close, that it might want to go up by one, but you don't really know until you put your lights in. So when you put your lights in, you're going to see how much light you're going to get from those various lights. If I go up one more, maybe I won't get enough light in the area. So you could fill it in, try the lights. I'm going to go ahead and just say, you know what? I feel like this has got to go up one more. It just feels like that's what it's got to get done. All right, you can just test it out, but I already can tell just by what I just did there that it needs to go up one more. So I'm going to go ahead and go over here. Go up here on the top here. Right there. Put that in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a block on top of there. Try to put a block on top of there. There we go. And then you see we've got to go ahead and ladder up one more. So we're going to go ahead and do another ladder. Oh, I can just leave it there. Again, these are just here temporarily to act as a support while I'm building the stairs. Oh. I heard some bad guys. Nope. Nope, just my zombie paranoia. And then we'll go ahead and put another level of stairs. Now we've got this up here. Now, it doesn't really matter that the support is over there unless you want to figure out 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this is the 5th one here. That will work that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there should be a support right there. We'll see what we can do to work that out as well. Kind of center the support so they're not blocking. Offset this support maybe one more that way, or maybe put it in the middle, however we feel it's going to work out. Or we can go from the other side. But there we go. So now we'll go ahead and go up here. That feels right. It feels good. And then we'll go down here, and then we'll feel what it feels like to be under here. So we'll go ahead and put some more down. Get an idea of how the ceiling feels. See how it feels a bit different already? Well, it feels different to me anyway. Hopefully it does to you. You get a more of a not enclosed feeling when you do it. Now, it's more efficient to build it lower. More efficient to build it lower and just have it right down in your face. Less resources, less whatever. But you can feel like it doesn't feel as confined when you're in there now. It's not like right up on you, right? So that's going to feel much better when we build that out. So very, very nice. All right, still looking good. Now, again, we want to build this out in kind of multiple tiers. So as we build it, we're going to need this to come out a bit, like so. And it's going to go back by 3. Now, if we look at the other one, and I wish I could transfer it over, but I'd have to do a bunch of stuff to make that happen. If the other one, what it happens is overhanging by the supports by 1, right? So, say we'll run this support up. Go ahead and just make up something to stand on here. So we'll run this support up. We'll go ahead and just go up another one here. And we'll put one here. Put one there. And one here. All right. Then we'll go ahead and run this. There we go. So we put that support there. Call this out. we put that support there. We got to say, oh, wait, it's got to go out by 1, right? So out by 1, so it has a little bit of an overhang. So it gets that same feel as the one that we're kind of emulating, right? That one that has that kind of overhang feel. Typically overhangs, they hang one beyond wherever the pole is, so that it gives it that kind of edge to it, right? So that's what you want there, and we want that to go all the way around, obviously, the whole entire building, so we have that edge, and then we'll inset it by 1, and then inset it by 1 again to give it that kind of tiered style look to it. So look how much we've already got planned out. Now, when you get... Just cutting down trees like crazy out there. Now, when you get it kind of this stage where you kind of know what you want, then you can just start filling it in. I always kind of test it out first, get an idea about what I want first, and then filling it in is the easy part. That's the easy part. Designing it and embellishing it and doing all that stuff is the easy stuff at the end. Now, also what I would like up here is a controlled water tower made out of glass. Now, that is going to be awesome. Now, I don't have any bulletproof glass right now, so I'm going to have to improvise and use something else until I come back and then make it into glass. Now, it's going to be difficult to do that because when I take away the other stuff, the water is going to give way, right? And then start to go everywhere, which I don't want to happen. So I need to think that in advance. Okay, I will build a smaller container, right? So it'll hold the water temporarily. And then when I add the glass around the outside and I take the inner part away, the water will splash but not go everywhere. All right? So we got to kind of pre-think that out as well. So what we want is we want a bit of a water tower out here. And I want it so where they can come up and boom, they can... Now I could just make it where it's right here, right? I can just make it here, but that's really not that fun, right? It's much more fun to build kind of what I call a modern water tower. So we're going to go ahead and build kind of like a center support for the water tower. And then up above this whole area is where the water tower is going to be. Now, of course, if I'm going to put really heavy objects up above, I'm going to need to make sure my supports are good down below. So I'll need to work with that as well. But pretty much right in the center of this entire building, or at least it's pretty close to the center. The heck? Oh, I'm freezing. I'm freezing! Okay, okay. Put my jacket on. Put my jacket on. Alright. So yeah, eventually we'll go ahead and put this right in the center. I think that'll be good. Alright. So we've got that going. We've got the outside going here. Now right here where this is, I don't need anything fancy. Right where this is here. So I just need a plate here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just plate that there. Now, what about in here? What do I need right there? Maybe I want that to be see-through, right? Now, watch as I pull this out, but that doesn't fall. That's because now it's attached to this one, right? And so on. I can go ahead and pull that out. But what happens? It's no longer attached to that. Now I've lost that, right? So you got to think of that in terms of what's going to cause it to fall. So let's go ahead and rebuild that again. Like this. And again, we're just kind of walking through. We're building. I'm kind of thinking through the building and sharing my kind of thoughts with you guys as I go along. All right. Now, I took the top one out. That made it fall. But what if I take this one out? Doesn't fall. What if I take these out down below here? Doesn't fall. Why doesn't it fall? Well, because this one, these steps right here are actually attached to that side now. Watch, I even pull these ones out. It's attached to this side. This one is attached to this. This one is attached to that one, which are, of course, attached on all these supports right here. So I can go ahead and replace these supports with these wall supports, like so. All the way up there to the top, right? But I still need something for these to be supported to, right? They still need to be attached to something so that it is not lost. So I can go ahead and just fill these in, or I could do plates there as well, by the way. I could have done a plate and that would have filled it in as well. Oh, actually, let's do a plate. Let's do a plate just for funsies. Just for funsies. All right. It's not really going to make that much of a difference, but it will be visually, you can see out of it a little bit more. So again, so the block still counts as a support, even as a plate. And we'll copy rotation. There we go. So you just kind of put the plate there, and it acts as a support. It's just kind of extending the thing a little bit. And the same thing on this side. So I'll go ahead and take one of these out before I take any other. Now, you need to take them out in, you know, make sure you got one supporting both of them before you take them all out of there. And then watch as I take out all the supports. And there you go. Knowing what supports are and how things support each other and how you can embrace stuff allows you to do really cool stuff like that. Now, normally stairwells are enclosed so you can't see underneath them, but maybe we want to put something there like storage or whatnot, and we can build that out later. We just want it to be structurally sound for now as we're building. Put that back there. There we go. And that'll allow us to access our roof edge. And there we go. So those are the primary supports that I need. Now, I could use bulletproof glass as well, by the way, to do that same thing. Use the plates of bulletproof glass to use it as supports. All right, so that's looking good. Liking it so far? You guys liking it so far? Put a 1 in the shot. Good shots, the SpaceX Bobby. Thank you, thank you. I am a bit of a sniper. I'm a bit of a sniper. I love to snipe stuff. Stuff gets rowdy. Snipe, snipe, snipe. I don't see anything getting rowdy right now, sadly. Sadly. So yeah, let's keep going. And again, we want to kind of stylize it a little bit and give that same feel. Now that we have an idea of what we want, it gets super easy now. Now it's just putting down a whole bunch of frames. But we don't want it to be square. Square is boring. So I will go ahead and make some other stuff. So it's a bit less boring. Actually, we probably have some already. Let's go see if we've got some already first before I burn more resources for no reason. Let's go in here and take a look. Let's look. All right, over here in the building mats. Do we have any? We have some wet concrete poles. We got plenty of that. We've got some centers already. That's why I didn't make too many. We got some rounded corners. I can definitely use some of those. Concrete blocks. I would rather use rebar frames. Let's see what else we've got. We've got nothing else. We've got our drawers that we're going to use here in a bit. Wood window. That's cool. That's cool. Actually, we'll take those wood windows. Just to kind of fool around with those. We got a flagstone pillar, which is 50. Well, I don't really want to use the flagstone pillars. And they took away the rebar that I really love, the 50-round rebars. Right now, of course, we're making crazy ton of rebar ramps, which we're going to need those later on. That's probably enough of those. And we'll... Oh, it went off. It went off. Keep it going. We also want... Again, they had the 50 rounds as rebars, but they also have the 100 rounds. So let's go ahead and make about... How many can we make? 2,000. Let's make 500. Go. And we'll let that start to do its thing. Again, still melting down the iron, still doing all of that, so you're replenishing the resources you're taking out. We'll let that run for a little bit. Now, also what I can do, instead of using the rebar, which is much faster if you use the rebar, is I can go ahead and use the wet 100 round as well. Oh, what was that? Something about Kismet. Something about Kismet was in the chat. Thanks. It took me a few hours to get the structure right. Awesome, Zach. He was talking to somebody. He was talking to somebody. Getting rowdy. Getting rowdy. All right. Let's see. I lost my train of thought now. Oh, 50 rounds, or 100 rounds. All right, now it's nighttime. We got to watch out. So peeps going to get rowdy in here. They come running at me. Whenever I'm not paying attention, that's when they always show up, and they make zero noise when they do that. Okay, so you can also use the 100 rounds, which is what we're going to use. We're going to go ahead and start right there. Now, when that other base, what they did is they put 200 rounds down, and we're just going to emulate that a little bit tonight. Now, again, we can come back. We can embellish it. We can do it however we want. But I'm going to show you just kind of how they do their building. So kind of 200 rounds, right? Kind of is the base pillar. And then they're going to go ahead and use some 50s. Now, I like to just search for 50 because it just brings it, just that one thing up, other than flagstone. It just brings out one thing up, so it makes it a lot easier. So let's make a bunch of those. Again, this is pretty easy building. I know some of you already know all this stuff and all of that, but I like to explain stuff as I go. It's my style. My style is to kind of share my thought process with everybody. There we go. And now you've got that same kind of feel that we have in the other place, right? With the 100 rounds and then the 50 rounds as well. And it's kind of cool because they also use a kind of a flare at the top. They use kind of a wider one at the top than the 50 round, which is kind of like a pipe that you can get to put up at the top, kind of like a little metal piece. But I'm just going to use the 50 rounds for mine. All right, and we'll get up here on top. Now, it's much easier to put stuff down when you're up above, though you can do it from down below. So we're going to get this one pillar, and we're going to try to get it right. And we're going to go ahead and see if that's where it should be. Try to get this one right here to go up. And get to go to the far side. There we go. Run it over here. Then we can jump up here. Connect this. Then run this out this way. And you go. Very important where you choose to put your next block because it could cause the whole thing to cascade down. So make sure that you're thinking of supports while you're putting them down. There we go. Again, we'll go ahead and run this all the way across here. Again, I love using the plates, but sometimes plates don't really help. Now this right here is just for me to climb up there. This is not anything I'm going to be using. And then we have the overhang. Now you see a bit of a problem, right? All the stuff is floating. So I put one too many 50 rounds up there. So I need to take that down. There we go. So then we want to go square and then square. And there we go. We've got the starting of a nice exterior overhang, right? Where you could just drive around the inside. And if it's raining, you'd be underneath the overhang so it wouldn't be raining on you. And then we'll go ahead and extend it a bit more. Like so. Take a look at it. See if it's what we like. Looking good so far. And then we'll go ahead and just do a little bit more of that action. But we'll go ahead and get those rebar frames, and I'll show you how to do it with the rebars versus the other ones as well. Kismet, I have a question for you. All right, go ahead. Come talk to me in chat. What's your question? Can't hear them. Oh. Hold on, can't hear you.
The area that we were standing in.
There you go. I can hear you now. What was that?
Oh, can we use this area over here where we were doing stuff for the garden?
Nope, can't use that area at all. It was totally blocked off. It's gonna take her a second. What? What?
What do you mean?
I'm just totally messing with you. Wait till 20 seconds on the stream. No, of course you can. You can go ahead and build it all the way out and build what you want out there. Just make sure it's a cement, because we're going to build the whole thing as even with the rest of the cement. So I did put down a lot of dirt. I converted a mass. Oh, you're already doing it. Look at you, already ahead of me.
Yep.
That's why they're so awesome. Yeah, just flatten it out, make it at the same level as us, and then put cement blocks down, and then you can build your garden, put it in there and build like all sorts of special little circle gardens or squares or rectangles or hexagons, whatever you want.
We are doing a fancy garden.
All right. Awesome.
We're gonna have. We'll surprise you.
Oh, I like surprises. All right. We'll let them do their thing. So this is what this is all about. Everybody doing their kind of own little special thing. And I'm doing an amazing job over here doing cool stuff. And then, of course, he did a great job of embellishing this as well. I really like it. Let's get back in here. I hope I wasn't the one who left that open, but probably was. All right. Should never leave it open to your main base where you have all your stuff, because they can come in there, cop could go wild in there and start blowing stuff up. There we go. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and put our 100 round right here. So why use this versus using this? Well, this one you got to upgrade again, right? Where this one, you do it once, forget about it. It'll be 6,000 instead. Now, when I'm looking at it, I'm like, do I like it to be 2 high, or would I rather it be 1 high and then have it just 50 round all the way up? I'm kind of thinking I would much prefer it to vary their design and do more like this, right? Because I don't like them when it's too high like that. I'll watch what might happen. See, it might fall down, so be careful.
Implying that there's somebody on that has no name. I'm confused.
Unknown.
Oh, send a friend request to Ezra. Let's see.
No, I've got him. I think it may be just a strange blank line. It says that they're 12 kilometers away.
I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, I see. Neon, Erza, Zach, Nushki, Way, and you. So maybe it's me.
Maybe you're
That's
the blank
funny.
line.
It's me.
I can see
That's-
you. It says you have 60 zombie kills and all of that.
Yeah. It's totally blank to me. That's funny.
You use the launcher, right, to get in?
Yep.
I don't know. Sounds like weird technical beta or alpha problem. Yeah.
Or just me.
All right, fish that one. There we go. Now at this point, since I've kind of got it the way I like it, I will go ahead and start doing the exterior supports. So let's start working on those. Again, take this down. I'm going to speed way up, by the way, everybody. I hope you don't mind. 'Cause I've already kind of figured out exactly the sizing and where I want everything. Now this one here, I got to be careful because if I take this out, it could fall down. Right now, I kind of lucked out there because that support is doing a great job of thinking that should be good enough, but it's really not. That should not be able to support that. If I put something on there, it is going to fall down. So I need to make a lot more 50 rounds here. I need to probably make about 300 go. Again, I need to put that up there before I say. Now I could have used the real skinny poles, just for the sake of size, right? I could have used the skinny poles to do that. Let's get these drying. I could use the real skinny poles as well, but it doesn't look substantial. See, sometimes you use stuff just so it looks substantial. It has like an aesthetic value. And that's what I'm doing right now. Just kind of doing an aesthetic value of that stuff. Now my overhang is going to only go right here. And then I'm going to kind of do this angled kind of roof outer part here, right? That goes over the kind of special, kind of like cabin or eating area over there. We'll do that in a bit. But again, see, now we've already visualized it. We know where all the supports go. We know where everything goes. Much easier to go in and just kind of replace the stuff we know we're just going to replace, right? And now that we have the supports and the supports are fairly close together, we can do stuff like that where we can go down from the top. Normally, if I didn't have this support and that support over there, I would not do that because it would just pull it down. So watch out for that. Watch out for that action. And again, this is our other support here, but we're just going to knock that down for now. We already got these stairs here. Oh, I hear I'm hungry. Up, food and water in the chat again.
47.
Love his kill shot perk. There you go. I have all the Horde Knights on our, when you go outside the main door. It's the best thing to do. Just make yourself a sign, put them all on there so you don't forget. You can look on the stream if you want. There they are. All right, need some food. Where did I put? I'll put my food in my bite. That's where I was going. Where's my bike? I'm easily distracted. Alright, a little bit of food action. I'm just gonna take food out of there. Eat it while we look at this. Looking good, looking good. Alright, nice,
Okay,
nice.
So I'm just gonna put on a jacket because I'm starting to freeze.
Real or in game?
In game.
There you go. It's funny, I was thinking that same thing. She was asking if she was putting her jacket on in real life or in game. And I was thinking, I was wondering. I was wondering the same thing when she said that. Gotta put my jacket on, it's getting cold.
Are there any jackets?
Are you over here where we are? Where are you at?
Me?
Where you guys are way over on the other side.
This is Gwen.
Oh, Gwen, yeah, there is some sweaters inside there. I'm not sure there's that many jackets in there yet. That's something we need to work on.
There's one jacket.
Yeah. All right, so let's see. That's 3. This is 2. So let's go ahead and do 1 here, 2. Then you can do a 3rd one to this one.
Thanks for mentioning the temperature. I hadn't been paying attention.
Oh, you're welcome.
There we go, 3. Yeah, it's starting to freeze. I could hear the thing freezing me. Dee, 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 dee. There we go. Now again, if you want to do this one, start with this one. You're like, what are you talking about, Kismet? Well, you do 1 here, and then try to... Oh, that's a little bit too far. A little bit too far for me to get it from over here. But if you're within reach of each other, if within reach of it, right over there, you can do it from this side over here. Now, it's a little bit too far for that bottom one, but we can go ahead and do these. There we go. Nice. And then 1 more there, looking good. All right, we've got those supports going. Upgrade that. And up on the roof, 2, 3. That's 3. And then we'll go ahead and bring the roof out. Like that, and then you just get up here at the top and just keep right-clicking. Even if you're aiming in the same spot, it'll bring you the roof. All right, awesome. Again, this one's real tough. You got to kind of hang over the side here. There we go. Usually about 4 distance is about as far as you can go. If you're lucky. Sometimes you can crouch and get it like that as well. Nice, nice. All right, we're building a restaurant here, everybody. And we're not just building, we're mega building. We're building a giant restaurant here for the food. They're building a giant farm over there. They're going to have fun doing whatever they want over there, which is lots of fun to just let your imagination go, build what you want to build. It's pretty fun. Now, if we do run out of resources or whatever, then I will take a break from building and then go do a bunch of resources and whatnot. All right, now we're going to have a support problem here.
See the spike box?
We're going to have a support problem because of the edge and then this edge here. Now, these are active supports too. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then a support could be right here. And then this right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your kind of support could be right there.
Land again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you could have a support here. Is that 5 or is that 6? 1, 2, 3. No, right here. So you've got a spot right here to put supports right in this spot. And then it will optimize the kind of 6 blocks around that particular spot. So I don't necessarily have to have it right there. And probably, I would say maybe right about here. Let's see what we got this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'd say probably right there. So we'll go ahead and we'll try, not the centered. I like the offset ones. I don't like the centered ones. They kind of block the whole entire space. So we're going to go ahead and put another support here. There we go. And then, of course, we have an offset problem here. So let's go ahead and do 5 this way. 1, 2, 3, 5. And then, of course, the 6th one right there should be where the support is. And again, we'll backtrack 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're right about there. This one needs to offset by 1. Let's go ahead and run it another round. There we go. So right
I'm
about
just gonna get the spot since it's daytime now.
right about
Okay.
there. Almost. All right. There we go. So we've got it now so it spans in this direction. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Expand in that direction. I think just to make it symmetrical and look nice, we'll go ahead and span that across maybe to here. Great. Now what I'm doing is I'm looking at how I'm supporting these the roof here. This roof's going to need a lot of support. I'm going to put some pretty heavy stuff on it. There we go. All right, that's looking good. Now, how do we know? Well, we start to connect everything, and if stuff starts to fall down, then we screwed up. There you go. I usually do a few at a time, like 3 blocks at a time. And it gives you a good idea whether you're going to have trouble or not. Stuff starts to fall down. As you go from like 3 that direction, you go out 3 this direction, off of the support. Like so. Same thing this way. There you go. And you start to connect stuff together. Well, cross
If it's got a
supporting.
basket, I ain't going in.
And,
Don't pick the baskets up. Come on, let's go.
all right. Now we're getting somewhere, everybody. Now we're getting somewhere. Having some fun, doing some mega building tonight. If you're just tuning in, my name is Kismet. If you've never been to my stream before, but if you have, we are building a giant restaurant here, like a food generating place. Now, again, you can put it all in one room, have it in one little spot. But sometimes what we do is we just have fun embellishing our buildings, embellishing our location, instead of just building a subterranean base and just hiding down in some hobbit hole at the very bottom. Now, of course, it'd be cool to make a whole hobbit town. You can try that too. You can try that too in this game. That'd be fun. I have built a vault before underground. I built a giant vault. It was a really cool build. Now, this is just a whole lot of putting frames down.
Yeah.
How big do you think we're going to be making this?
Go big or go home.
No, that was actually a legitimate question. How big do we want to make it? Just go and see where it takes us.
Yeah,
Like
pretty much.
seeds for y'all.
What?
I've got lots of seeds for you.
Cool. Say.
All right.
Perfect, thank you.
And there we go. Simple as that, everybody. Simple as that. Once you get an idea, once you get it going, you're looking good.
Did you grab any bunny traps for him?
Oh, forgot a few right there. And it's kind of equally as good to do it from the underneath or do it on top when you're putting the frames down. Now, notice what happens there. Because of this particular support there, it's blocking my ability to put the roof there. So I got to take this out. And then now I can put that block there because the plate will block it. And so on. Let's continue on here. Now, obviously, I don't want to block the stairs.
It had a shopping basket in it. I ain't picking that up.
I put it in the...
And again, wear that out and deal with the rest of that later. We're going to work on the overhang. Try not to cause it to fall down. No guarantees. No guarantees. Now, I like to click way far away, way far out, like the first block and then the second one and the third one, because it's just easier to put the blocks down when you do that. If you put them really close, it's a bit more difficult. So what I'll do is I'll kind of lean out a little bit. I'll put a block down, and then I'll go stand on that block, and then I'll go real far away. Like that, and then do it toward myself. I find that's way easier than any other way. There we go. And there's also very, I like to vary what I build. So sometimes I'll build a kill box, and I will build a separate kill box later, but he's already got that one built. So there's no rush in me building another one for right now. But we do want to get our food and everything squared away. So I just felt like doing this one today, and then we'll work on that expanded kill box later on. All right, I think we've got that pretty squared away. Now we need to make leave enough headroom here that we can get from one to the other. Now we got a little bit of a problem on this side, that this side could get too heavy and fall.
Newski?
Yep.
You see where I am? Is this far enough for now?
For now, yeah. That sounds good. Or looks good.
All right, let's try that. Oh, feels good on the headroom. Feels good, feels
Out
good.
of my derpiness.
Looking good. Now comes the fun part, everybody. Yeah! Filling it in. Now be careful when you're filling it in that you don't screw up and fill stuff in that you don't want to fill in yet, like this supports here. Take those out. Now the cool thing about filling it in as well, and one of the things you want to do is look at where your supports are at too. Like, where's the support for my roof? We'll go down here and say, okay, where's the support? Support is right here. Let's go along that edge first. Kind of like this. Just to be safe. You can go along these edges as well. But you'll know the second you forgot to put a frame down when you see a gap. Again, cement is very strong, so it can hold a lot. You can even put like a, you can actually put your, make a whole roof like this. Make sure you got enough supports, and then you can put your garden up on top. You don't have to put it, you don't have to put it down on the ground. You can build it way up on the top of a building, in its own little special building. You can do a lot of cool stuff with concrete. And we come back and we can, of course, color it all in and all that kind of fun stuff. I don't just do it in rows. I try to, make it a little bit more fun by going back and forth, or we're doing it randomly. I find it's much more fun. Now, I've got an HD nail gun here, so that's why it's going so fast. Much, much faster. Kill coming in. Kill for victory. Thank you so much for dropping the Dragon Hammer, crushing that follow button, and becoming part of the Kismet Army. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see, where you at? Hope all is well in the Kismet world. It is. Having a good time. Good morning from the UK. Kismet says, gun happy hippie. Good morning to you. Hope you're having a great start to your morning. I'm having a great time playing some 7 Days to Die. Speaking of it, I got to watch that clock because that time goes by so fast when you're building stuff. It goes so quick, everybody. Now, I should have fixed the corners, which I just realized, but I didn't. I realized I got a corner there, and I didn't fix the rounded edge of the corners down there. We're going to have to go fix that. So there we go. Just that quick. We've got a bit of an idea. Now we've got an overhang. Look, it's not raining on us right now. So it's raining out there, but it's not raining on us in here because we're on our overhang. Now we need to fix these corners up here because we want it to be rounded like some of the other places that we've seen. So let's go ahead and fix the corners. And basically just... Actually, I don't even need to do advance. I just rotate it. Go back to simple rotation. There we go. All right, we'll round those corners. This one I don't even need to worry about it because that one I actually was smart enough to leave. And there we go. Now again, this is going to be our food area, our restaurant. We didn't overhang that. We didn't overhang this side. We got to fix that. There we go. We got to fix that. Again, thank you to Koke for dropping the Dragon Hammer, crushing that follow button, becoming part of the Kismet Army. Also, make sure to say thanks to Grade, who made it rain a bit ago. So all of you earned some extra Kiz Caps toward our contests and giveaways. That's what you use them for. I would stock up on them big time. Now, we'd like to go ahead and try to hit that Twitter goal tonight. Every time you guys get another 5 tweets on Twitter, we give you guys some more Kiz Caps. Everybody in the stream. So not only are you earning Kiz Caps for you, but everybody else in the stream, they're going to love you for it. So go ahead and follow that link. One of my mods will throw that Twitter link in the chat. Go ahead and follow that. Hit that retweet. You guys earn Kiz Caps, and it helps out the stream. So it's a double win. A double win there. All right. Yes, we're extending that out. Take that out, put this in. There we go. There we go. Do that, and let's go ahead and fill the rest of this in. Again, the reason why I love using rebar versus other stuff is that once the rebar dries, it'll be pretty much done. The columns here are not done. Now I gotta fill those in again, right? Fill these bottom ones in. Those will be done when they're done, right? These ones I got to do twice. These ones I only got to do once. Unless I want them to be metal, then I can do them metal. Now, I like to upgrade everything to its highest level, right? I like to upgrade it so that it is steel, right? Because steel is pretty solid. Pretty solid in this game, even if you have like 100... even if you have 100 cops coming out of nowhere, which happens to us. Basically, we can go in... and upgrade that to steel and just paint it whatever we want it to look like. So when you're doing mega builds and just doing cosmetic stuff, come back and paint it later. But you want to, of course, make it as strong as you can so you don't have to rebuild it at some point because the mobs have knocked it down. All right, there we go. And speaking of other supports, let's get our main supports upgraded. And again, we can come back and embellish these main supports and do all sorts of fun stuff with that. Well, let's go ahead and solid those in because we know we're going to use those for now. And we've kind of used the minimum amount of supports so it doesn't block too much of our base. Now, once we put the walls in and that kind of stuff, we could actually take some of these supports out as well. But they're just there right now while we're working on the ceiling and working on the size of what we want. Now, the stairs should be good. So we'll go ahead and fill in this. Fill in the stairwells and the stuff behind. Like so. Notice how I've got those things behind there. And this one here. There we go. That should fill that in. And we've got a beautiful cement structure there. Very nice. Very nice so far. We've got our top part here. Looks very much like one of the ones you would see. Right? With that kind of rounded edge and those center poles. Now, mine are not exactly symmetrical. I'm not a huge fan of making every single thing symmetrical. It is very dull. You're just reflecting exactly what one side is to the other side. In this case, I've adjusted it so that it wasn't blocking the entrance because I want to have a 3 entrance here with a fairly big door so you can come in and out of the kitchen, do whatever you need to do, or walk up to the walk-up counters that are going to be here, or go through the drive-through, which is what's going to be right over here. And I put it up far enough to where we're not going to have an issue with our mobs hopefully breaking stuff. But let's go ahead and take a look. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one is going to be right there. So we've done it perfectly, right? We've done it perfectly in such a way that we can go ahead and put stuff up here. Now, what are we going to put up there? Well, we're going to put some drawers there. Now, these drawers are also going to be attached to the roof. So if this gets destroyed down here, they'll be attached to the roof and we won't lose it. So I'm going to go ahead and put a drawer right there and right there. And actually, I think I'll put it right there and right there. There we go. There we go. Now I'll go ahead and take these away. And I'm actually going to use the plates because I want to have that extra room. No reason to have a big block there. Might as well make it into kind of a wall as opposed to having it as a big giant block. Kind of like small, like a drywall. Kind of like that. Wet concrete plates. Go ahead and make a whole bunch of those. Let's say 50. 50 of those. While we're using the ones we got. All right. And then we'll go ahead. Actually,
Oh,
kind
you found an
of don't like that one there. I'll take that one out. There we go. All right, right there. And then, of course, we're going to line it up to this. Like so. And there we go. We're just kind of framing out what we want. We might come back, embellish this, change it, or I might leave it. Who knows? Who knows? But again, this is going to be the drive-up window. So you kind of drive up, say, hey, I'd like to have my food, please. So you're just driving your little bike along here. Let's test it out. You're like, man, I'm sure getting hungry. Let's go to the restaurant. Yep. Like some flapjacks, please. Flapjacks, some water, some bacon, some pork rinds. Yeah, in a hurry. I'm in a hurry. I gotta go kill some zombies. Let's go. Come on, come on. And then you start honking your horn. Hurry up! Hurry up! I need my food! And then they close the window. And they say, get out of here, crazy. They say, get out of here, crazy person! There we go. Some of you are having drive-through flashbacks right now. Drunk coming in with a host. Thank you so much for that, auto host Drunk. Another amazing streamer, by the way. Drunk does a lot of epic stuff. I've seen him do a lot of really amazing builds in 7 Days to Die. Make sure to go show him some love as well. So yeah, let's keep going. So there's going to be my drive-through window. And again, not doing anything embellished right now, just doing the basics. Just doing the basics. I only got so much time today. So I want to try to fill in that as well. Now, I like the idea that he's doing over here with this, with these kind of hatches. I like that idea. And again, I don't want to get too far away from the design that has already been done. This he's kind of set the precedent from. So we're going to do that. We might do something different later on, maybe bulletproof glass or whatever. But right now, we're going to go ahead and keep that kind of precedent and try to mix and match the styles that are already existing. A little bit of Anon style here, and then a little bit of my own style in there as well. And it's good to kind of mix things together, especially when you're learning, when you're building stuff. So let's see. Over here in building mats is where I think they would be. Let's see. We got a real thick hatch, but we don't have the smaller hatches. And I'll show you how to make hatches, windows out of hatches here. We've probably got plenty of black iron over there. Let's go ahead and get some of that. Let's get forged iron, black iron. Get a stack of it. Might as well get a full stack. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and make some hatches. There we go. And we go ahead and just make the scrap iron hatches. Now, the problem is right now, I can't craft them. So I got to go in and find the scrap iron hatches in here. Iron. So scrap iron construction. I can make scrap iron frame, ramp, corners, wedges, all that stuff. But I don't see anything in there that says hatch. So where do I do it? Iron door crafting. We got a hard metal door. Iron tool crafting. Nope. Let's see. Scrap iron armor. Scrap iron construction. It doesn't really say it there. That's not good. I'm thinking if I do this, maybe I can do it. I don't know. I have to ask. Hey, Anon, how do you make, what is the perk for making the iron hatches? If you're listening.
I actually don't know. I've been making wooden hatches and upgrading them.
There you go. That's a smart idea. All right, I'm going to do that too. Let's go ahead and make some wood hatches. That's fun. Let's make about 50 of them. And let's keep going. Now, we're on day 153. We got 147 until we basically until our horde nights. Now, some people, they turned it up where every hour is a full day. So every hour, you're just kind of zapping through the days like crazy. And then some people like us, we do it much longer. Every day is like, I think every day is an hour. Every day is an hour, yeah. Something like that. But some people turn it longer, some people turn it shorter. But I prefer it to be about an hour, which is fun. Which is fun. All right. Now, we don't want zombies to be able to come in here and climb over of the blocks. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. Wow, I made 50 of those like instantly. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put in some windows. Now, I'm going to start the windows right here. And we're going to go ahead and rotate it. I'm going to show you what happens. So again, if you notice, I went to advanced rotation, the one off on the side, allowed me to rotate it. I got it until the actual kind of pivot point up there at the top. Let me get my red arrow, point that out. Boom. The pivot point right up here at the top where it's going to kind of open forward. So it's, instead of opening it downwards, it'll be up at the top. This pivot point is up here at the top as well. So we'll go ahead and do a bit of that. We'll go ahead and put that down. Looks good. And then we'll just use those as windows. We might fail fish a little bit. But we're going to go ahead and do that. I feel like I want to round that corner. I feel like I want to round it, but not quite sure yet. And there we go. So we can go ahead and open those to our heart's content. And now, again, very much like this one over here. Very much like this. We've got now kind of an open area. Looks very much like a one of those trucks you go to, right? One of those trucks you go to. So now I need to upgrade these. Like so. I don't want to upgrade them too much. Maybe to there. I probably should get rid of this steel. Let me get rid of the steel so it doesn't go to a high-level hatch. Got steel on me? No, I got no more on me. Okay. Gouda. Gouda, Gouda. I don't want to accidentally upgrade it too much. Alright, let's try it on one of them and see how far it upgrades. That's it. Okay, good. And there we go. Again, we can come back. We can paint this. We can make this into actual glass. We could put some the other way, so forth. I'm really liking that, keeping with that kind of look. And then again, we'll just do the same thing all the way around. Go ahead and copy rotation. All the way around that edge. This one. Copy rotation. Now right here, I'm going to do something special right here. So I'm not going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of skip these first two. And we'll come back to that in a bit. Now it's really cool because it sits on these plates really nice. It sits on those plates really nice. Acts as a pretty cool thing. Really acts as cool windows. I'm just checking to make sure that I put them all the right direction. I did. And then we'll go ahead and upgrade them. Okay. Now, out here is going to be a place where we actually eat. So this actually is going to extend out of there. But I'm going to go ahead and leave the ability for people to go by. Right? Like right here. So I'm actually going to create a gap. Right here. Like so. And then what I'm going to do is have it where you can kind of cross that gap. But of course we need to look at how high it needs to be to go past that gap, right? So it needs to be at least 2 high, like this. So you can go up and over that gap. So how can we do that? Well, let's go ahead and see if we can copy rotation on this one. And raise this up a little bit, like so. And then how do you get up to that edge, right? I can go ahead and put a angle there. Like a wood ramp.
Piggy.
Like that. So now you've got stairs going that way. You got a ramp going this way. And then cross that gap there. Like so. Got a head problem. Already got a thing there. Already got a block there, but I need to Need to have it go up one more. So you see I've got headroom problem there where I'm going up too high, right? Because I've got to have this one more up if you're going to cross over. You're going to cross over. Now I'm also going to make it where it's at a ramp edge. This way. Like that. And then this side over here has got to do the same thing, right? It's got to span up here. Pretty much like that. So this part right here has got to give you headroom. That's a little loud. Zap that sucker. Thunder, what's up? Sorry, I was getting a little focus there. Hey, Jazz says, honey, I'm home. Gun happy hippie hanging out in there. Looks nice. You have a zombie pit yet? Not yet. No, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it. I was going to work on that kill box first and have a little trap for him. But first, I'm going to go ahead and make it where I can have a place to eat. Have a place to eat. Oh, I'm out of... It's always something, by the way, everybody. When you're building or when you're going somewhere or you're doing something, you're always like out of food, you're out of gas or whatever it is. In my case, I'm out of gas for my auger right now. Alright, so I'm going to accommodate this edge right here. Now again, oh, what? Water again. Water again. There we go. Got water going on. We might as well eat some food while we're at it too. So yeah, Pokey coming in with the auto host as well. I was watching Pokey today. He's having fun at the auction. He was making some bank. He was making some bank today. I was very impressed by Pokey. He was out there finding that sterling silver, finding that sweet loot. I was like, dang. Felt kind of bad for him though, because he was barely getting anything done. He kept talking to us in the chat. But he's an awesome guy, Pokey. All right, that's not working. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put it angled. So again, you have kind of an angled walkway. Now I could put a stair there too. But basically going to come up and then go back down again. Now how could I make it even better? Well, I could take this out and just make it straight up and straight down. So you've got a gap there. Let's turn that around the other way. There we go. So it uses minimum amount of space, right? So up and over like that. And then you can still go underneath here. Maybe even still ride your bike.
Wow,
Let's go try it out.
Hobbiton?
Did my bike go? This one. Still go right through there. Looks good. Looks good. Hey, look at that. It's shaping up. Shaping up. Let's upgrade the corners. Any more of these that we missed? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. All right, there we go. So we're going to create like a little bit of a bridge there. I don't really like this, so I'm going to go ahead and take this out. So what's something else we could do, right, to create it, make it look a little bit better? But I was just kind of getting the ramp distances going. What we can do is just make some plates. Work just as good, but look a whole lot better, because now you're kind of spanning over, right, into one and into the other. Very nice. Very nice. Looks nice and flat. Looks pretty cool. I'm digging it. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. And just for the sake of making this look good, we'll fill that in. Fill that in. You're like, what the heck are you doing, Kismet? I don't like how those stairs start. So we're going to go ahead and try to find a way to make those stairs start even better. So we're going to go ahead and let's see. Maybe a wedge stairs. Maybe just some of these. We're kind of undecided there, but let's go ahead and try these two of those. See how I like that. not bad. Not bad. If you're coming down from this direction, you don't necessarily need it to be like that. You need to be forward like this. I got way too much stuff on me right now. Way too much stuff. Let's go ahead and scrap that one. And then put this one like that. There we go. There we go. So kind of stylize that edge a little bit. So it's just not a gumpy ramp. Right? Now the same thing I could do here. I could kind of stylize a little bit on this side, which I think I will. Again, sometimes you build, you take away, build, take away. Let's see. I should really get rid of some of these ramps. Hold on. Hold on a second. Guys getting filled up. Getting filled up with stuff. Oh, put too many ramps in there. How'd that get in there? Stack of those out, put a stack of that back. There we go. Need to get more frames though. All right. Again, looking good, looking good. So there we go. We've got the outside of that going on. Let's go ahead and finish out this as well. Looking good there. Nothing but windows. Like it. Okay. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. We've got that. We've got it kind of this embellished edge. Let's go ahead and see. What do we want? We want more, another concrete stairs, I think.
Just gonna get that storage airdrop.
Alright.
There we go.
Which was pretty sweet because it gave us some gold and silver.
Up there on that edge. There we go. And then we'll come back down on this side. Nice. You think to yourself, Kismet, what the heck are you doing? You just built that. Well, I only put it there temporarily. Only there temporarily because this edge right here is actually going to be where the where we're going to have our little food area. So let's embellish the ends of this a little bit. Kind of round it out a bit. Like so. And we'll take these two out. That one. There we go. And this is going to be all simply flat here. Nothing too fancy schmancy there because we're actually building a floor. This to sit on, kind of like a raised eating area. Now the cool thing about when you're doing this, and you have no outside edge, meaning there's nothing, these blocks are not up against anything, is that you can get the outside ones, these ones here, very easily, or if you have nothing on top of them, you can get them very easily as well. Sometimes what happens is you block yourself with your own frames and then you can't fill them in, which really sucks, actually. Really sucks, because then you're like, oops, I forgot to fill that in, and then a mob comes along, breaks some of that, and boom, your whole thing comes tumbling down. All right, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get this done. And that's when he ran out of cement. So like I said, it's always something. Or concrete in this case. How we doing? Oh no, we're running out of time. No, I don't want to run out of time. I don't want to run out of time. I just want to sit and play some games. Just want to spend more time with all of you guys. Armageddon says, is it normal that whenever I try to put iron bars sideways to make a pathway, I can't get them right? Well, yes. That is totally normal. A lot of people have trouble with those because you got to find the difference between the centered ones and then the non-centered ones. I find the ones that are not centered to be way better and easier to line up because you can do advanced rotation on those and try to line them up a lot better. There is a lot of alignment problems with pieces in this game. Case example is the bulletproof glass. If you're trying to do where bulletproof glass comes to a corner or something, it usually gets really funky when you get to that part. It's really tough to get that to work. So if it's not quite lining up, then try to do the ones that are not in the center, do the offset ones, and then do some advanced rotation and see if you can get them to line up. You can also copy the rotation of the current one you have. You can do on face. You can try different things to get it to work. Now again, this is our kind of eating area here. And then I'll go ahead and simulate the table here, which you go right down the center. Right down the center here. Maybe I'll only make it too wide. And then I'll go ahead and put some chairs in here. Like so. All along here. That'll give me a gap where I can walk. This should go further this way. So you can have the chairs here. And then chairs out here. And you've got that gap. Now, I don't like to put stuff that obstructs other things. So I like to always make sure that I have enough room to walk in between stuff. Like this. And then we'll go ahead and put a railing along the outside. So let's go ahead and look and see what rails we've got. There we go. So we've got, of course, our wood railings that we can do. Let's see what else we've got. What's the name of those other things? Those other things. I think that's called fence. Or rents, in this case. Fence, there we go. White picket fence, we've got an iron wrought fence. Let's go ahead and try a little bit of both. Wood warm fence. Let's go ahead and try a whole bunch of different fences. See what we like. We got to do those in the forge. I might go do those in the forge. I've got too much stuff again. Too much stuff again. Let's go ahead and drop that. Where's our bike at? Too much stuff. Get rid of some of this random stuff that I have. Oh, I didn't try the window. I should have tried the window.
Oh, found the airplane.
There we go. All right, so let's try some different fences, see if we like it. Now, the great thing about anything, when you put it down, you'll know right away if you love it or hate it. I hate it. Wood fence. Not bad. White picket fence. Like it. Not bad. Let's go ahead and do the right iron fence. And let's do fence. Right iron fence. Let's do one of those. Let's stop the cement for right now. We'll go ahead and re-queue that back up again. There we go. Let's see how we like that. All right, what do you guys think? What do you guys think in the chat? A, wrought iron. B, white picket fence. C, wood fence. Or D, this really ugly one. The wood farm fence, which actually doesn't have legs. It looks like it's supposed to have legs at the bottom, but it doesn't. I guess I could rotate it around the other way so the wood's sitting at the bottom. Which one? Which one you guys think? Let's see if you guys have picked the same one as me. Can you paint those fences? Yes, you can. You totally can paint all the fences, I believe. Very well, thinking B. B's not bad. A's a good choice, yeah. So there we go. And I'll let you guys choose in the chat while I actually paint the fence. Let's try it out. Better double check first before we put a whole bunch of fences down. Let's go see. So let's go ahead and get general tools. I don't see the paint thing in here. Who knows where somebody put the paint thing? Maybe up here. There we go. 600 paintbrush. And do we actually have any paint? I don't see any in there. I did see that we had a bunch of paint though. Somewhere. Check the drop boxes. Got any leftover paint?
Yeah, let me see if I have it on my bike. Okay, I put it in building mats.
Thank you, thank you. All right. There, whoa, a whole bunch of paint. All right. Now I'll go ahead and show you guys a bit of the paint system, too. Now, paint system is really awesome. Oh, BGG with the auto host as well. Welcome, everybody. If you're coming in from Bearded Guys Gaming, you know I love those guys over there. Old Princess Ukulele and his buddy Matt. Let's go ahead and get it going on here. Now, what we can do is we can hold down R, and you can go into this materials thing. Very, very cool, by the way. I can only imagine how amazing this is going to be when they really embellish it to a whole nother level. Now, I have some of this stuff I don't have selected or can't use right now. But let's go ahead and say, let's try a purple, right? So if you hit left mouse button, right, it will try to take the color away. You hit right mouse button, and it will try to paint it, right? So I can't quite paint that one. Let's try the fence. Can't paint that one. Wow, I can paint that one, but not that one. So the only one I can paint is the wood fence. Oh, that sucks. I thought you could paint those. Oh, he was painting iron bars. That's what he was doing. Oh, I should put some iron bars up there for you guys to see, too, as decoration. Let's do some iron bars while we're at it. Bars. There we go. And again, I don't like to use the centered ones. What else can we use to embellish stuff? Let's see. Use a glass edge would be really cool. But again, that's going to take a lot of resources. I would rather not use those resources right now. Much later, we'll gear up massively on resources and go with that. All right, we'll take this out. Again, it's kind of annoying to have to stop it, start it, stop it, start it all the time. There we go. Working on iron bar. Actually, I think we might have some. Let's look and see if we have some. Let's see. Not in there. Oh, we do. All right, we already have some. Let's go mess with some iron bars. Again, well, this is mega building, right? We're not building for necessity now. Because we're so good at building at this point, that kill box right there is all we need for Horde Night. Just that. Just this thing here. Of course, we need ammo and stuff like that, too, if we're just using a simple Horde Night kill box. But this is it. That's all you need. Just that. Go in there, kill all the mobs, get all the loot, done. Just like that. That's how efficient we have become at killing zombies. But this is all for fun and games. This is embellishment here. All right, let's go ahead and put some bars down. Rotate that around. Let's paint that in. There we go. See, those you can paint. Those are pretty cool. Right? I do like the wrought iron fence, though. I like it probably better than the bars. So, and I do like this one here, too. I think probably these three are probably acceptable if I put the bars straight up and down. Or even you can put it that way and put like a railing. Right, pretty nice. Oh, I need water again. Thank you so much, Crazy in the chat, backing me up. Ripley saying hello to Nooshki. Anon saying, Kismet, can you paint those fences? Already answered that question. Apparently you cannot. I thought you could. But it actually was the bars that he was painting before. He was painting the iron bars. So you can only paint this fence out of all of these. So I think I'm going to go with the wrought iron. So if you picked A, mods, go back and chat. If somebody picked A, I want you to give them 500 Kiscaps each. Or you know what? For everybody just participating and having fun in the chat tonight, let's just give everybody 500 Kiscaps. Let's do that. I'm down for that. I don't know if you guys are down for that. Let's just go ahead and give everybody, the whole chat, 500 Kiscaps. So let's make some wrought iron. Let's do it. Iron. Wrought iron fence.
Okay, you want to do the rebars or together, or one of us do the rebars and one of us cement? What are you shooting at?
Down here.
I don't see anything. Oh, that's why.
Gonna try to sneak up on you while you guys are looking the other way, but then you turned around. Shooting at me! Look out! Because there's nothing worse than something like popping out of the edge of your vision. Like all of a sudden something's right there. Tried to get them, everybody. Tried to get them. They're just too good.
Do you have cement douche or?
Yes, I do.
They're just too good. They turned around before I could get to them.
Rebar frames or cement.
All right. All right, let's get back to this over here. While we're waiting for our fences to be done, we'll fill that in. That looks good. Let's make a bunch of chairs. Let's see what chairs we got. Again, now we're just embellishing this particular. How are we looking on time? Oh, we're over. Need some nails. Need some nails. It looks like I'm going to have to leave that unfinished. I hate to leave stuff unfinished. But maybe we can get the fence in at least. I'll come back, and I'm sure the zombies will have gone to town on that a little bit. And we'll keep on going. Keep on going another time. So, yeah, let's get our... How many fences we got so far? 20? Yeah, that's a good start. Now, while it's working, you should be working at the same time, so you can kind of bounce back and forth. I could use both forges as well to make it go faster. But what I like to do is I like to bounce back and forth between... while I'm making them, and then also putting them down, just to make it go faster. I'm purposely going to block people's ability to jump up here, so they have to go through the restaurant first. Kind of like they got to go through and get a reservation to go in there, just for funsies. They could build a block and just jump over it, but still. But still, it's all in a bit of fun. Oh, wow, almost had enough for the whole thing. Kind of like a private dining area. Well, more.
Wait, back.
Okay.
And there we go. Let's finish it up. I'll leave the corners open for now. And then we'll go ahead and do a rail. Like this. And let's go try like a corner catwalk railing. See if I like that.
I'm back.
Welcome back. I left you some more rebar frames in the bun.
Okay.
Meh.
Thank you.
Meh. I don't know. Maybe not.
I know, right?
Maybe a corner. Nope. See, the great thing is when you try something, you'll know right away whether you like it or not. I don't like either of that. I mean, I can, it's okay, but, Get out of that so I don't have to listen to that hump. All right, so what are we going to do in the corners? Oof, that's going to be a tough one. That's going to be a tough one. What do we got? What do we got for corners? Put a wedge there. I could put 2 flat things there and just paint it. What can we paint?
Just place a plant.
What can we paint on there as well? Let's see. What can we paint on there to make the corners look cool? We can do like a steel floor. Maybe some shutters. Wood siding. Some chalkboard. I don't like any of that. I don't like any of that. Definitely need to learn some more of these so I can paint more stuff on there. Let's see. Maybe some glass edges. Let's see if we can go ahead and use some wedges or plates here. There we go. Have to use them on the outside. I'm going to try something a little tricky. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to put them here temporarily on face. Like this. And on face this one. No. Kind of like a little glass barrier there.
What are you shooting at?
I'm looking at a building. I can't tell what it is from over here.
Now what I really want is some bulletproof glass right there, that rounded bulletproof glass. But again, not going to waste the resources. I don't know. I'm going to leave that there and see when I log in next time if I like it or if I want to auger it out of there. So we'll leave that there. There we go. All right, so we got a whole bunch more stuff to build. In here, we've got to finish up putting in the rest of the walls and all of that, but that's fairly easy. I think I'm going to leave it like this. So let's go ahead and upgrade this so at least it'll withstand some damage attack from the zombies. Let's go ahead and fill in this outside. By the time I come back in next time, all this stuff will have filled in. Got the drive-through here. There we go. And let's get this other side. Fill all this in. Again, you should never fill it in until you're kind of sure that's definitely what you want.
Filling in my holes.
Yep.
All right. Not bad, not bad. Shaping up. Really want to put one of those, you know, ones that come from both directions right there. But I'd rather just have the wedge. It's easier to get up and get down. All right.
Bird. Dead bird.
Drive up window, or the walk up window. Put these drawers in before I forget. Right above the window here. Now the drawers act as a place where people can come get the food and water out of it. That's what the whole gist of that is. Really? doesn't want to copy the rotation. Fine, I'll just manually do it then. We'll support those. Like so. Again, it'd be awesome if this was made out of glass, but I don't want to burn all of our resources right now. We can always come back and revisit it later. Or not. We can just leave it. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, it's Trader Joe's. Never mind.
Now, this is going to be a bit of a problem
That
here
was
in the
funny.
corner because I'm going to have to go up one more to hold this up. There we go. And then that down to there. Yeah. Didn't mean to do that. Alright, I'm going to go a little bit long here, everybody. A little bit long. But then I do got to ski-daddle. We're going to go show somebody some love here in a bit. Again, I'd love to put a window right above there, but let's just close that in for now. And we'll come back to it later on. Later on, later on. So we don't want stuff getting in our building while we're... What the heck? Way too far there. Way too far. We don't want stuff getting in our building. And of course, we leave gaps like this. Stuff are going to get in the building and start to wreck stuff. Oh, we're out of plates. Need some more plates while we're at it. Need a crazy ton of plates. Where's my plates? Right there. Let's make 200 of those babies. All right, so there we go. So basically, it's like you drive up to the drive-through window. You can go ahead and grab your food and water up there. Now, I'll go ahead and paint those while I'm at it. We'll go ahead and paint these for storage food up there. Oh, it's upside down. Oh, those are upside down. Those drawers are upside down, so I'd have to turn the drawers all the way around the other way. That's funny. Are these upside down too? Oh, yeah. These are all upside down. So I'll have to fix that. I'll have to find out how you know which side is up and which side is down. That's good, because what I'll do is I'll put another one next to it and I'll turn it till I get the idea of which way is up and which way is down. But apparently, those are upside down. So basically, that's it. You drive up, you see the supply there. You can go ahead and grab yourself some food and water right out of there. And then, of course, we can also put it as something else. We could also have medical supplies over here if we wanted to, but we want to try to create a little hospital for the medical supplies. So we'll have a separate spot for that. So it's kind of like we're building our own little compound or our own little city away from the city, right? So we've got the chem area, we've got our main bunker, we've got the kill box. We're now building ourselves a cool little food area here for that as well. We'll continue to build out our mega build here as we go. And again, we'll go ahead and copy rotation. Try to fill this in. There we go. And let's go ahead and copy rotation here. Looking good, looking good. Somebody's coming over with their bike. Shining it into my face. And on.
Or is that just need to check on a check lane?
So there we go. Now all we need now is a door, and we need to, of course, upgrade all this stuff when it upgrades. Like so. And what we need is a nice metal door, so let's get that going on. Good idea. Where can we build the door? Usually we have to build it in the workbench. Yeah, there we go. Spring and mechanical parts. Let's go ahead and look for all of that stuff. Got 2 advanced tools. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Over here. There we go. And mechanical parts. Oops, too much stuff. Put that in there. Mechanical parts. I've got too much stuff on me again. Over here. Let's go ahead and put the wood back over there. It's taking up too much of my space. And then we'll go ahead and make a door. And we'll go ahead and make a metal door. Take about 40 seconds. Oh, making a ton of that. Sorry, that's going to get stopped. Grassy ground. Sure I didn't drop any. I did.
Bird scared me to death.
More grassy ground.
You've been getting lots of birds.
Yep. And I am infected.
Oh, missed one right there. I missed it. There we go. Okay. It's dark. It's rainy. It's a dark and stormy night. Gonna get it going on. Kismet, is NetRado what you use for your server? Absolutely, Bees Rep. If you've got problem with your server host, if you want a server host that can host like 4,000, I've seen they have like Minecraft servers that have like 4,000 people on there. I have had 0 problems with them. I've had 5 other hosts before them, and they all sucked in some way or another. They had bad customer service. One of them actually told me that I can't stream during maintenance times. They told me that I can't work and do my job because they're doing maintenance during the middle of my stream. That's not how you talk to a client who is paying you cash money. So I said, you know what? I don't suffer bad customer service. I'm going to go find an amazing host that I ran across, NetRado. NetRado is amazing. They are nothing short of amazing. I have had 0 issues. I have actually multiple servers running, these guys right here. Multiple servers running. Go to your current host. If they suck, say I want my money back. Go and take that money and put it on NetRado. I can recommend them totally. Now, if they sucked, I would tell you. And those other people sucked, and I just told you that. But, again, go over there, show them lots of love so you guys get lots of love. And you don't have to deal with all that server host problem all the time. They never have a problem. I've had them for months now, never had one problem. And we do really high-end stuff, too. We do like 2,000 zombie horde nights, 4,000 zombie horde nights. We build giant castles. Right now, we're building a massive mega base right here. Look at how big it is. Guess what? This is nothing. That's nothing. It's actually going to go from road to road, all the way across there, all the way up to here, all the way down and across. It's going to be huge. And we're going to keep building it out. Right now, Nushki and Gwen building out a beautiful farm out here right now, right? And we're just building out some basic buildings, and we're going to build this out. People can build houses and whatever else they want to build in our giant compound right here. And that's what we're building out right now. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Now, I forgot what I was coming in here for. I was coming in here for some reason. But yeah, I strongly recommend NetRado. My mods will throw them in the chat if you haven't checked it out. Follow that link. Tell them Kismet sent you. They also got a Discord if you need any help setting it up and whatnot. Go over there and check out their Discord as well. Do iron with painted wood on the other side, Kismet. Just an idea. That is a good idea. That's a good idea. I like that idea, Ghosty. Remember that for next time. We'll get that going on. Make sure I didn't miss anybody in the chat. Looking back. There we go. There we go. Yeah, again, tell them Kismet sent you. Kismet sent you over there, and that I appreciate how awesome they are. Because you know how great some people are based on how terrible some other people are. I came over for a reason. Oh, I'm making a garage door. That's what it is. Making a garage door. There we go. All I gotta do is finish this garage door, and then I gotta head out. I'm really running way over today. Oh, there we go. Running way over today. So what you gotta do is I left a spot for the garage door. Now, the problem with the garage door here is that it has a bit of a gap problem, right? But if you rotate it the right way, it can look okay. Now, the problem is when I open these doors, it's going to open inward, right? Which isn't too bad, but I wish that it would better align
Yeah, I'm good.
with the edge of the block, right? Because they're going to try to get in this corner, but they can't. They still can't get in that corner. So your other option is to offset it forward and then, of course, build something around it, which is probably what I'll end up doing. But for right now, just to try to block it so I don't end up with a ton of mobs inside my building, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it like that. And then we'll go ahead and fill in above it as well, just to try to get a little final picture of what we're trying to achieve here today. Like that. There we go. We'll back away, take a look at our little restaurant. Not bad, not bad. Now, of course, we'll paint the ground. We'll paint the sides of it. We'll make it look nice. We'll put some trees, and we'll really embellish it and make it look a lot better than it looks right now. But for right now, we're just kind of fooling around on what we want. And you can go through and you can paint it various colors. You can paint it like we'll paint it blue or red or whatever we want to do. And I'll build a giant kind of awning area, which will go over the top of this area here. And we'll actually have it come out and then go down a little bit so that it kind of runs all the water off and whatnot. Kind of like an A-frame like he's got over here, except for a bit wider with wedges as opposed to using straight-up angles like that. So we will fool around with that next time. Now, we didn't get to doing any of the all the other stuff, but such is the way it goes. We'll come back to that. We'll keep working on it little by little. But we need a nice place to cook all our food, get our food together. So when they're out there farming and they do this massive farm, that they can then collect all the food and then bring it over here and then cook to their heart's content. And I'm going to make a bunch of stoves in there, containers and whatnot, to hold all of the food. So they can, of course, cook away, do whatever they want to do. Whatever they want to do. Or maybe I'll be the cook. Who knows? Kismet the cook. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. When they're not online, of course. All right, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and offload some of this stuff on me, though, so I don't like to hold all the resources on me in case somebody else is looking for them. I'm going to go ahead and put that back in there. Let's also go ahead and put all of this stuff back. So again, I'll have all of the stuff on me in case somebody's looking for stuff. And all the rest of this stuff isn't too bad. Let's see, where's our... Should have put those mechanical parts further over this way. But we'll move all that stuff eventually. All right. I think that's probably pretty good. And building mats. There we go. There we go. All right, looking good. Now, of course, I'm going to light this, put a whole bunch of lighting and whatnot. And then above this is going to be a gigantic water tower. It's going to be massive. I'm going to just fill it up and keep filling it up and keep filling it up. It should look pretty cool. So let's take a quick little ring around the rosies here.
One second, I'm just going to say,
not bad. Not bad so far. Looking smart. Again, we're going to go ahead and multi-tier it up there at the top so it has that kind of 3-tier. And then embellish it a little bit more.
Okay.
We could also take this corner out and make it more flat so it was like it was a counter there. And you can put like your mustard and your condiments there, right? All your stuff there in the corner. You could do something fun like that. But I just stylized it a little bit just for fun. Just for fun. All right, well, we'll come back to that next time. Now, I don't like to log out over there, though. I like to log out over here. Now, we'll connect this building to that building so you don't actually have to go outside. So you can kind of go up above here and then go straight over to that building if you want from over here. So I'll build a scaffolding much like we've got over here from this building to that building at some future point. But I'm heading out now. All right, everybody, heading out. You have a great night.
Good night. Good night.
I'll come back and work on that kitchen and stuff next time.
Looking good so far.
All right, we're out of there. All right, we're out of there, everybody. Let's go ahead and log out of game here before I forget. So sometimes I forgot to log out of game and I get killed while I'm talking to you guys. Let's go ahead and get back to my overseer's office. All right, everybody, if you've never seen my overseer's office before, welcome to Vault 45. Gwen right now is the bid boss. She's going to get 10,000 kiss caps unless you guys dethrone her in the next few minutes while I get this raid together. Get ready to go, everybody. Get ready to go. Get pumped up. Get ready to get on the Kismet love train and go show it to somebody else. Show that love to somebody else. Let's see, who do we got? Who do we got? Who is ready for some love up in here? Who is ready? I think that's who we should get right there. I think we should show them some love for all the love and support of the stream. I think we're going to go blow it up over there. I think we're going to go blow it up. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Now, it's going to take me a few minutes here for just chill out here in the chat while I go ahead and prep some stuff here. Got to get into my overlays. Already got it ready tonight. I got everything pre-ready today. So this part will go a bit faster. This part should go faster. We're going to go ahead and save that. Got him ready to go over there. And we've got this going. Now let's get that raid hype in the chat, mods. Let's get ready and prep to go. Let's do it. My stream is very complex, so it does take me a lot to get my things set up. Just takes me a minute here, but it is pretty involved. Studio mode. There we go, and let's see how we're doing over there. Got ourselves a ad going on there. Wait for that ad to be over. And then we'll go ahead and get that ready. Right there in the chat, everybody. You can see it right down there. Kismet, a love train raid. Now, if you are not a subscriber, you can go ahead and grab that first one. If you're a tier 3 subscriber, you can grab the one that Crazy put in there. Or you can do a little bit in between, whatever you want to do. Use those Kismet emotes wisely. Wisely and for fun. Let's see. Why is it not letting me go? There we go. Get that prepped and ready. Right there. Oh, I think we're ready to go. All right. We're ready to go, everybody. All right. Let's go ahead and get out of there. Let's go ahead and switch to my other overlay. Boom.
Spot here. It is time for...
No, it's not. Right here. All right. There we go. Now, we're going to get dark here. Shh. Shh. Quiet. Quiet. We're going to go ahead and start a raid going. He's probably going to hear me because he's probably listening in, or someone's going to tell him. Don't tell him, nobody. Nobody tell him. I like to sneak up on him. I like to sneak up on him. All right, I'm going to start that raid. Bam, right up there. Go ahead and click that button. It says join. Click that button at the top of the chat to join the raid. We're going to show Dark Angel some love for 13 months. Also, big thanks to all the other people on there. Crazy. Who else? Hold on. I'm going to call you guys out again. I'm going to call you guys out again while we're waiting. Come on. Go to my thingy. Get them over here. Oh, somebody else subscribed. Somebody else subscribed over there. Nooshke. Nooshke subscribed over there. Also, thanks to Ang, Karen Jez, A-Dog, Jay, Crazy, Dark Angel, Gamer Dude, and of course Nooshke, and all of everybody else who's coming in and press that sub button tonight. They show that follow button. If you want to see some more epicness like you saw tonight, hit that follow button right up there. Hit that follow button. If you enjoyed the stream, if you laughed, if you cried, you're like, this Kismet guy, he's crazy. I learned something today. I learned something new. Hit that subscribe button right up there. Every single dollar does go right back in the stream, and I appreciate all you guys' love. All right, let's listen in. Let's go get him. Let's go get him, everybody. Boom! Blowing it up. Let's see how long it takes to notice that we're here. Dark. I got to meet Dark at TwitchCon, by the way. Really nice guy. Really nice guy. I got to meet his sister as well. We wandered around, hung out at the beach. He's funny. He's very British, though. Very British. Which is funny. He's in the zone, man.
Kismet.
There we go.
Raid, would appreciate it.
I love his sound. That's my favorite song. He's playing my song, everybody. I can't play it too much, though.
Welcome to the stream.
I gotta talk over it.
Nooshke, welcome to the stream. Crazy.
Everybody hit that follow button. Hit that follow button.
And anybody else that's joining the stream, welcome. Thank you for the raid, much appreciated. Or the 122 person raid. Just getting ready for the first Horde night. We haven't done a proper kill box, we've just done a temporary kill box, so at the moment we're just getting rid of the crap around the kill box so we can actually see where the zombies land. and we're using the hand weeder to clear it. It's ace at clearing all the debris around the actual kill box. Gwen, welcome to the stream. UTP 216, welcome to the stream. Kismet, thank you for the over a year's support. You're welcome, Kismet. Oh, I still the bit boss. Yes, yeah, you're still the bit boss. I leave people that took over the bit boss for the next few days, so they get a chance to enjoy the bit boss until someone else takes over.
See if he says about his stream. We'll wait for it.
Tell everyone about you and your stream. Well, I'm a variety streamer, although I am quite addicted to 7 Days to Die at the moment. After seeing Banlish, Kismet and a few other streamers streaming War the Walkers, I changed over to War the Walkers, so this is practically the first time that I've tried it. I'm on currently day 7, which is obviously the Horde night to those that have played 7 Days to Die. A huge supporter of Kismet and a few other streamers, and I got persuaded to take up streaming, so I am now. You got booted from the game.
No, I'm quitting and restarting because the lag is horrible.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Welcome, Snowy Leopard.
There we go, everybody. Now, Doug is pretty awesome. He's been supporting the stream for over a year, both on GameWisp and on Twitch as well. Got to meet him. Super awesome guy. He's definitely worth a follow. Hang out in his stream for a while. Show him lots of love. And, of course, I'll see you guys. Tonight at 10. Or, no. I'll see you guys not tonight. It's Friday. Right? It's Friday. So bad. I used to stream 7 days a week. That's what throws me off. I'll see you guys on Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Play a little Fallout and a whole lot of Warframe. And, of course, I'll be back on Sunday playing a whole bunch of Fallout 4 and a whole lot more of 7 Days to Die. I'll see you guys then. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for hanging out in the stream. Bye, everybody.